Furniture Bomber Hockey is on the air.
That's a foot backdoor. What a goal by Ryder Newcomb. You gotta be kidding me. Put that one back up on the Jumbotron.
The excitement and heritage of the Flin Flon Bombers is on 1029 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Chance in front. What a goal by Sticky. Another on a beautiful feed. And Flin Flon is struck again. As they score another absolute beauty.
Now here with the call of the action.
Oh, what a move by Arbery. Arbery won. Did he score? Another highlight reel goal. It's highlight reel goal after highlight reel goal.
The voice of your Flin Flon Bombers.
Lee's after goal. Lee's again. He's got the hot hand, and there's actually hats coming on the ice.
The man who's always hungry for hockey.
Like a hungry man on a cheeseburger. Right up to
5,
the grandma
4,
eats the peanut
3,
butter.
2,
Rob Hart.
1.
Boy, he does a really good job on those. Anyway, welcome back to the Whitney Forum, and welcome back to Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey. Seems like it's been a while. I guess it's been a couple of weeks. Wasn't on the 4-game and 5-night road trip, and I sincerely apologize, fans. It killed me to stay back and not go do those games, but I got my second win slip. I'm back ready to go tonight. And again, the fans demanded it. Mike slipped back on the broadcast tonight. Here he is. Mike, unfortunately, you couldn't come to the game last night. It's an absolute shame because you really missed a good hockey game. Two premier teams, the Flin Flon Bombers, the Weyburn Redwings, of course. We got a sneak peek at just how good Weyburn was last year. Of course, they knocked off the Bombers in the SJHL semifinal. Won 4 games the Whitney Forum in 1 year. I can't think of any other team that's ever done that. And have beaten them in the 2 games in Weyburn, and we're that close to knocking off Flin Flon last night. But you know what? Bombers found a way to get her done. Made the trade for Charlie Trett. He was, I would think, the difference maker in last night's game, in particular the third period, the overtime. Flin Flon picks up a win. A win's a win, especially when it comes against Weyburn. And great game. We're ready for the 4th and final regular season meeting tonight. And I'll tell you what, if last night was any indication, you and I, fans in the building, watching Flow, listening to 1029 CF or whatever it might be, in for an absolute treat.
Well, we knew that it was going to be a good weekend. I was sorry I missed last night's game, but you know, this and Battleford are going to be 2 of the big tests. And we've said that before with other teams coming in, and the Bombers have been able to handle them fairly handily. This team, though, I mean, it went to a shootout, and I don't think it could be any closer. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight. All reports was that it might have been a little scrambly last night, but a good game all the same. These 2 teams are good, and you know, Bombers getting some good players back, losing Retnu into a suspension.
Only for 1 game, by the way.
Yeah, that's good. So it's good to see the health of the players getting a little better as we move along.
Sam Ward in tonight, as will be Landon Alexander, and I am not totally shocked by Alexander because I saw him earlier this week. I asked him how he's doing. He said a lot better now, so I had a feeling that he got some good news. You're going to hear Mike Reagan's interview coming up momentarily. He'll kind of address that. I know that if this was the playoffs, a number of guys would probably be able to go, but you know, when Mike has done such a good job, they got like a 10-point lead now on everybody. Why not rest some guys? The playoffs are when it matters, and I'll tell you what, we're literally a month away from that beginning. And I know everybody's talking about, you know, Flin Flon, Weyburn possibly being the last 2 teams standing. There's a lot of other good teams as well. You mentioned the Battlefords. You mentioned, of course, the Kindersley Clippers. How about the Yorkton Terriers? They won 16 of their last 20. They're on a roll. Niplin's playing good. I really think you've got 5 or 6 legitimate teams. Let's face it, you need to have a healthy roster going in, no matter who you face. So we're pumped up and excited about this one tonight. Like I said, it is the 4th and final meeting between these 2 historic rivals. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, get to the 2 coaches. Cody Mates, obviously, very happy, even though his team lost in the shootout yesterday, realizes how close they were. Had to love their third period in the overtime. We'll chat with him. We'll chat as well with the Bomber bench boss, and I'll tell you what, nothing beats a Saturday at the Whitney Forum, Mike, and when you get 2 great teams like this, it makes it even more special, does it not?
Absolutely. It's really looking forward to tonight's game, Rob.
We are. We're looking forward to be back on Creighton Furniture, Flin Flon Bomber Hockey, and looking forward to, of course, all our great hockey fans, not only in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan, but across the globe at FlinFlonOnline.com. One more quick timeout. The SJHL Coaches Show is next for Great North GM right here on 1029 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Great North GM in the Pond knows just how much you like to save, so they've extended their no payment for 90 days program for February. Yes, you heard that right. Purchase your new dream vehicle at Great North GM and apply for new vehicle financing on approved credit. Then you can make your first payment come springtime. It's a win-win situation. Don't make a payment for 90 days and drive home in a new GMC truck, SUV, or car. Come check out the amazing deals at Great North GM, 212 LaRose Avenue in the Paw, because it's always a great day at Great North GM.
Good evening. Welcome to our SJHL Coaches Show. Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, will join us. Mike, maybe not the prettiest of victories. Started well, I thought hung on in the third period, but got the job done. And let's face it, you made a trade for Charlie Trent, and I think he showed his value in last night's victory.
Yeah, I'd agree with your assessment. I mean, I think, Hardy, it's really tough when, 30 seconds into the game, you're faced with a 5-minute major, and you've got to kill it off. And then
you killed it off really well, though. Only gave up the one shot.
Did a fantastic job. I think we did a lot of great things last night as well, Rob, which maybe go unnoticed at times by a lot of pundits out there that should be following the team a little bit closer. But anyways, we'll move on. I thought that we did a tremendous job on the penalty kill. We got, the first goal of the game. We get up 2-0. If there's one disappointing thing about last night is we had power play opportunities to put them down 3-0, and I think if that happened, you see a totally different game. We let them back in by maybe misplaying a read off the end boards that, our guys practice here every day, and they should know those bounces, and they got to be prepared for those. So I would agree with the one thing that you did mention, Hardy, that I do agree with is our third period. I thought we looked tired. And I think that's because our penalty killers, 6 of them, especially the forwards, had to play a lot of big minutes early on in the hockey game, which leads to your legs getting heavy. And, as the game goes on, obviously fatigue sets in.
And obviously, that's certainly a good point, Mike. You think another point is just how good Weyburn's forecheck was? I noticed on the power play, they didn't really give you a time to set up in the offensive zone. They were attacking you right away in your own end, and really you had a hard time getting the puck up the ice. I thought their penalty kill really came at you hard. Yeah,
I didn't like our power play breakout last night. I was obviously frustrated with some of the reads that we made. It's not like we didn't know what was coming. We spent time on video, and again, it comes down to the players executing. You pre-scout, you try to prepare them as much as possible, and I thought there was a lack of focus, to be honest with you, on the power play breakout. Once we get in the zone, we're typically very good. But Weyburn probably feels the same thing about their power play last night. So, both penalty kills did an excellent job. You got to, sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opposing team. Their penalty kill did a great job against our power play, and our penalty kill did a great job against their power play.
And let's not forget the penalty kill in overtime either. I mean, you mentioned the 5-minute major, which I got to be honest, I didn't see. Had a few technical issues to start the game last night. I was focusing in on that. Missed the hit completely. I just saw the guy laying on the ice. Saying that, you only gave up the one shot, but I thought the penalty kill in overtime was obviously huge. And Charlie Trent in particular, Mike, has some big saves.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Hardy, if you take a look at our success over, the last month, our penalty kills came up with some huge kills for us. A lot of 5-on-3 situations, 4-on-3s, and overtime. That's part of the game. That's part of what makes our team good. You can't just look at it as a 5-on-5 situation situations that determine whether you're a good team or not. It's a combination of all aspects of the game: power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5, goaltending, defense, offense, and when you look at checking boxes off, we check a lot of boxes off, and that's why we're in first place.
Fair enough. I thought it was a playoff feel to it. I thought it was a playoff game. You're not going to see a ton of goals scored like you do in the regular season. The playoffs, it was tight. You really had to make the most of your chances. I thought last night really had a playoff feel between two teams that obviously have a big history, especially after the SJHL semifinal last year.
No, I agree with you. I mean, from the standpoint of tight game and one mistake can be the difference in a hockey game. I truly feel, honestly, Hardy, I thought the second period we were taking over the game, and if we could have found that third one on the power play, I think the doors would have been blown off. I honestly feel that way, and that's our mistake for not capitalizing.
Well, you also got to give Roca credit. He made some good saves.
No, for sure, but, you watch the video over again, and we didn't execute on the power play. And again, like, power play's been so good for us this year, and a big reason why we've had success. And those are moments in the playoffs that you're going to need your team to come through with a big goal. And if we go up 3-0, I don't see this one going to overtime. So but give Weyburn credit. They dug in, they found a way to tie the game up, and then we're hanging on. So I think both teams had their moments throughout the game, and that's what two good teams going at it is going to happen.
Any lineup changes for tonight, Mike? Did you get anybody back?
Yeah, Rhett Ewan was suspended for the one game, and we'll get Landon Alexander back and Sam Ward here tonight.
Wow, that's two huge. Alexander in particular hasn't played for a while, but he does so many other things besides score.
Yeah, we're excited about Lando being in the lineup. I'll be honest with you. We were hoping to hold him out one more week. I know he feels good, but we also felt that, one more week's not going to hurt him as well. So with the suspension of Ewan, talk to him. He feels good. He's confident. At the end of the day, the players know their own bodies, and if he feels like he's ready to go, Lando's a smart guy. He knows, what's at stake here, and he'll be ready to go.
And you go with Werner tonight?
Yep, Finner's going to go in. I mean, I think that the luxury that we have is we feel like we've got two great goaltenders, and we can win with either guy in net.
Sounds good to me, Mike. Good luck in the fourth and final matchup here against Weyburn tonight. Should be another great contest here at the Whitney Forum.
Thanks very much, Robert.
Bailey Homes has 15 years experience in the North, specializing in RTM homes and foundations, and are also proud supporters of our community. They are so thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them all these years. Bailey Homes is always willing to chat with a potential customer to show what they can do for our community. Your trusted builder in the North. Visit bailey-homes.ca.
SJHL Coaches Show continues. Cody Mink from the Weyburn Redwings will join us. And Cody, what an effort by your group here last night. I mean, it's not easy to win. Mind you, you've had a lot of success in the Whitney Forum, but saying it's still not easy to win in this building, especially this year. What a great effort. Bit of a slow start for your team, but boy, after Moldy got that goal, I think it really turned the game around.
Yeah, definitely. The game started real funny. Like, you tried to get everybody in, and all of a sudden, 30 seconds in, you have a 5-minute power play. And, we kind of made a decision that no matter how that power play went, we were going to get everybody in and make sure they got into the game. And whether that's the right decision or not, you never know. But if you're ever going to have success in this rink, you have to be able to emotionally endure a little bit and deal with the highs and lows, because if you buy into the lows here, they can really run away on you. And so I thought our team did a good job making sure, when we gave up one, we only gave up one. And then, we had a pretty good reset at that 10-minute timeout in the second period, and we got it rolling after that. And I thought we were really good in the second half, and, I thought we had chances to win that game in the third, and even in overtime, we just couldn't get it done. And at the end of the day, games like that come down to one or two plays.
It's interesting. You and I were chatting yesterday, not an interview that went on the air, but I always enjoy talking hockey with you, and I asked you about Roca. What a game he had last night. You talk about it, and I know it's a popular cliche, not how many saves you make, but when you make them. Flin Flon jumped up 2-0, and they had that breakaway by Muka in the second. He stopped him, and a couple other big saves. He was a rock. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, you know what, that when it was 1-0 and then 2-0 for a short period of time, like you just said, he had to make 4 or 5 saves to make sure that we were going to have a chance to get a point or a win. And at the end of the day, like, his last 7 starts, I think there's one game he gave up 4 in. We found a way to win that game anyways. Everything else has been 2 or less. And so, I mean, he's been unbelievably steady for us. He's very much been, what we hoped he was going to be coming in. And, honestly, unbelievable leader and teammate as well, which is priority number 1 for us. And he's an incredible person. And so you're starting to see his off-ice habits, and just who he is really come through on the ice.
I like the other addition he made, too. I thought Monroe was very good last night, too.
Yeah, like, man, when he's got the puck on his stick, it's he's Yarmer Yager-esque, but I tell our guys that, they don't know who that is, but they, it's tough to get pucks off him. He can create all on his own, and I still think there's more. I still think, like, man, when he's on, he can arguably be one of the best guys in the league, and when he's, we're starting to see that more and more, and so we're excited about down the stretch on how some of those big boys are going to go.
You've had a lot of success against Flin Flon, a lot of success in this building, like you mentioned. Is a lot of it mental? And the reason why I ask, I know some teams come in here, I think you just want to get in here and get out of here as quickly as they can. Being around your group yesterday, Cody, I noticed some focused guys were kind of really trying to get into game mode here. You've had a number of guys that have had success here. Of course, you beat them in the SJHL semifinal. Is a lot of it that you really firmly believe you can win here? Because like I said, a lot of these other teams, I think they want to come in here, get the game done, and move on. I think maybe you approach it differently.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, every year we've had a little bit of success here. Even my first year when we finished last place, we found a way to win a game here. But
and almost won the second one.
We almost won the second one. You're right. But you know what? I do think that our group comes in with knowing you can win here is important. If you come in and you fear what might happen, I think that you're probably toast before the game's even started. And I don't think our team does that at any point. We've won a lot of different ways this year in a lot of different rinks, and we've got up to big leads. We've had to come back from deficits, and so we're not worried about what the end of the first period or the end of the second period looks like. We really focus on just getting better every shift and every period, and that really does help in this rink where things can snowball on you if you let them. But our mentality of we're just going to get better every single shift and stay present in what we do, that I think that plays well into taking away a little bit of momentum from other teams.
The thing I liked about your group, I like a lot of things about your group. I mean, everybody knows you're fast. Everybody knows that you got a terrific transition game, great goaltending. I think maybe you're a little bit better away from the puck than people give you credit for, and I thought you did an unbelievable job shutting down the league's best power play last night, but really just shutting down a lot of their time. I know they have some guys out, I get that, but they still got a lot of good players in there. You're really good away from the puck, Cody. Is that something that's really come of age of your group the last couple of years? I don't think you get to the league final without being good defensively, too.
Yeah, you know what? We've been blessed with good goaltending in my 5 years here, but at the same time, like, I do think our guys do a good job away from the puck. I think we protect the middle of the ice well. If teams want to play on the outside, that's fine. We're willing to trade. We're willing to trade some possession time for quality, if you want to put it that way. Like, we really focus on taking away the middle of the ice and being hard to play against and competitive in that area. And so some days it's good, and usually it seems to be that Flin Flon and Weyburn seem to bring the best out in each other. We've had a lot of really good hockey games over the last year or so, and so that was one thing that you learned through the playoffs last year. We had to figure it out against Battleford. We found a way, and then we were good against Flin Flon, but against that Melford series, we lose in 5, but you really learned how to defend in that series. We win 2-1, we lose 2-0, we lose 1-0. Like those games, even game 4, I think was 3-1, and they scored one late to make it 3-1. Like those minutes and situations for our guys really taught me a lot, but taught our guys a lot about how to defend properly and what it takes to make those 1 or 2 plays a game that make the difference, right?
One last thing, Cody. It's the 4th and final regular season meeting. Everybody thinks that this is the 2 teams are on a collision course at some point here in the playoffs. What would a win here tonight mean for your group?
Well, you know what? I don't know that it's necessarily, chalk one more up against Flin Flon or anything like that. We just really want to make sure that we are continuing to get better towards March 20th. We've got a great opportunity right now. We got a lot of guys banged up and a lot of guys playing in situations that they're not used to, which is going to provide to be great for our depth when we get healthy again going into the playoffs. And so, today's really just about be present in the moment and take the opportunity that you're given. And we got a great opportunity opportunity here tonight to play in one of the funnest rinks to play in the league against a really, really good hockey team. And, a chance for us to build a little bit more momentum going into the week, where we play three more real good games here this week coming up. So it's just about starting the week here right and finishing this week off right and having good habits that way.
Cody, always great to see you. You got a great team. They're fun to watch. Look forward to seeing you in the playoffs at some point. Good luck against the Bombers tonight.
Thanks, Sean.
There he is. Cody Mate speaks very well, and you can see why he gets the most out of his guys. Don't you? Like very, very motivating the way that he talks.
Yeah, and calm and professional. We know that about Cody Mates, and that's why this Weyburn Redwings team is near the top of the standings. He's committed. He's a good hockey man, and he's a good guy.
He certainly is. Two premier teams, like you mentioned, as we get set to the Bailey Holmes builder of the game. The Bombers will go back with Finn Werner tonight. And I'll tell you what, we're going to see each team's supposed backup. Neither one of these guys is slouches. I mean, Werner this year, 10-1 on the year. He's got 3 shutouts, a goals against the 1.73, a save percentage of .931. Wings are going to go with Nate Stevens tonight. He's 10-4-0-1. He's got a shutout. Goals against a 2.97, a save percentage of .901. So not only are these two teams great for starting goaltenders, but backup goaltenders as well. White Stick, of course, a big part of last night's game, had the 3-point game, including the shootout winner out there to start things off with Almer. And we've got Landon Alexander back in uniform. Back on the back end, it's going to be Holmes as well as Flin Flon. I thought Flin Flon had a good game last night as well. And we're underway with the Wings starting strong, get the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. They have the puck back in the goal. There's a wraparound attempt that got blocked. Alexander can't get the puck out. Holmes having some trouble as well up the boards. Alexander comes back to get it, and he'll flip it back up the right side. Grabbed here quickly by Pierce, the former Bomber. He had a good game last night, fired it on target, gets his own rebound. Such a good skater, got it in tight. There's a chance now for Sale. Can't pull the trigger. Good start for the Wings here tonight. They come hard. Both teams missing a lot of good players, but they both have a lot of depth. Morozov had that beautiful goal in last night's game. Picks up the puck in his own zone. There's a backdrop here to Flin. Over to Miller. Miller has it. Nice job to get across the Weyburn line. Then he found on it. Lost that one to Carmen. Carmen gets it back to center. Picked up here by DK. He tried to get that back to Monroe. DK back in his own zone. Here's Carmen. Miller on top of him. Miller, nice job to go over there and force him. You don't see Carmen caught the puck up off him, but he got some support, and Weyburn will bank it off the boards back to the Flin Flon zone anyway. Sam Ward back in uniform tonight. Plays that one ahead. It goes off the stick, comes back to center. Wings jump back on it. That's Pierce. Remember, there's 2 of them here tonight. Callis is the forward, and like we said, of course, the defenseman is Ryland. Sometimes they're on the ice at the same time, which is interesting, but it's the way it goes. And a nice pass outside the zone for Briho. Knocked away right away. Briho will get it back. Briho had Mounier to the net. Mounier can't get a shot away. It goes in front of the net. That's kicked away by Stevens. Seitz tries to get free, bumped off the plate. Burgess will take the pass at the Weyburn blue line, goes across the ice. That's picked up by Pierce. He'll dump it in. Great pace to start the game again tonight. You haven't even had a whistle. We're just underway. These teams can skate, they can fly. And I tell you what, it would be another great matchup if they do meet in the playoffs somehow, some way this year. Puck flipped back to center. McIntyre will redirect that to Flin Flon zone. I thought Braden Bruce had a strong game last night. Made a great defensive play in the second period, which probably stopped the goal. And maybe if he doesn't make that play, they lose the game. There's a chance for the Wings. They throw it back out front. They had Sale there. He couldn't get it home. Big body check there. Les Bronx likes to dish the body checks out, had that big strap as well. Here's a chance now for Muka at center by himself. Muka across the Weyburn line. Muka tries to get to the net. He's held off. Blue line for Bruce. Penalty coming up. Bruce, a chance! Hit Lesperance out front. Delayed penalty against the Wings. Here's Flin. Back of the goal. Muka tripped up here. And I think he might have went over the stick. I think it unintentional. Be interesting. Fans want 2 penalties here, Mike. What do you think?
Well, that was a penalty, but I don't think he's going to call 2.
He did call a tripping penalty, though, on somebody.
He did. I think that was the original one.
So Flin Flon will go back on the power play. They did not have a good power play yesterday, but you know what? And you and I have talked about this before. I mean, you can sit here and you can criticize, the team for not doing this and that. There's a team out there that's also trying to stop them, and Weyburn did a very good job of that.
Yeah, absolutely right. There's always 2 sides to the story, and we know that this Weyburn team is very good.
So Flin Flon will go on the power play for the first time tonight. Still the best power play in the league at 26.2%. The Weyburn penalty kill ranked 7th, but I'll tell you what, you wouldn't know that by last night's game. Arctic Beverages power play. Good luck to Penny Beck. Gets her products at the co-op. And guess what? If the Bombers score, she'll win herself a 12-pack of Gatorade water, courtesy of the gang at Arctic Beverages. Bombers will start the power play deep inside their own zone. Here's Vachon. Sends that pass up the ice here to Miller. Quick give and go. Muka will pick it up. He's across the Weyburn line. Muka brings it in. Dropped it back there for Vachon. Over to Muka. Back to the goal to Miller. Nobody in front of the net. They'll put it back to Blue line. Arbery a drive, and he just missed. Vachon will hold it in. Gets it along the board. Nice body check by Pierce that time on Muka. I think Pierce has really bulked up since they saw him in Flin Flon a few years ago. Here's Sykes. Back the blue line to Arbery. Hangs on. Had that good chance moments ago. Knocked away. Puck will come out. Arbery grabbed it at center. Flipped it back to Vachon. Vachon quickly across the Weyburn line. Drop pass. Sykes. And on it. Got tied up. Couldn't get the shot away. Pierce gets a hold of it. And he'll send it down the ice. The save is made here by Werner. 58 seconds to go in the power play. 15:55 to go in this scoreless opening period. Shots are 2-1 Bombers. Ward taken down at center. Carmen will break this one up. Had a chance, shorthanded. Yes, Robillard had that good goal in the third period. Ripped that one over top of the Bomber net. Sale can't knock it down. Flin Flon back on the attack. Here's Jack Martin down the right side. Throws that one through traffic. Picked up here by Stinton. Can't knock it down. Puck came out front. Wings have it, and down the ice it goes again. Again, not a lot of offensive zone time for Flin Flon on the power play.
No. They've had some opportunities, though, but you're right, not a lot of time in there.
Morozov again across the line. 20 seconds remaining in the Weyburn penalty. Flin Flon can't keep the puck in. Comes back to the Bombers' side of center. That's Ward. Over to Martin. Sends it back to Stinton. He'll pick it up. Up the middle he goes. Here's Stinton. Dropped it back. There's a chance there by Morozov, and that one got blocked. Penalty is over. Wings kill the first Bomber power play tonight. Here comes Monroe. Poked away. Good play by Mounier. And Mounier will dump this back inside the Weyburn zone. Stevens out of his net. Nice backhand pass. Puck down the ice. That'll be an icing call. Holmes will touch up, but a great penalty kill here by Weyburn to start the game. Flin Flon didn't have a shot. Arbery had the one opportunity, but he missed the net.
There was 7 Bombers on the ice there in that last series, and they did have the puck, so I think they got lucky. But yeah, Ryder Muka is off flying tonight so far.
14:42 to go in the period. Face off to the right of Stevens. Back at the Weyburn zone. We're scoreless. Bombers win the draw. Here's Holmes in the blue line. He rips that through target. I think that hit Lesperance. So a couple of good chances by Flin Flon to hit their goal guy in front. But again, you want to get traffic in front of the net. I totally get that. Lesperance hit by DK. Lesperance throws it to the ice, and that's a penalty. No doubt about that one. Carmen will pick it up, and he'll flip the puck ahead. Fans don't like the call, but he grabbed him and tossed him to the ice.
I don't know if I like the call.
Here's the thing, though, and that's the one that really frustrates the coaches. When you take penalties in the offensive zone.
Yeah. It's really gets in the coach's bonnet. They don't like it.
So Weyburn will go to the power play for the first time tonight. They were also 0 for 4 in last night's game, so Flin Flon 0 for 5, and that's a 5-minute major they had off the hop, and then they had the 4-on-3 in overtime as well. Mike, of course, commenting a lot about his penalty killing unit in the pregame, and he should, because without their penalty killing unit last night, they don't win the game.
Right.
And usually on a 4-on-3, the other team scores. But the Bombers did a really good job. Charlie Trent, of course, was a big part of that. Wings hold it in. Here's McNichol at the blue line. Covered up here by Stinton. McNichol will throw it in. McNichol at the right point. Gets it back to Carmen. He dishes that pass off back to Carmen. A chance. Blocked in front. It fired wide that time. Good opportunity by Rollemare. And Flin Flon sends it to left to the ice. Carmen will go back to get it. Still lots of time. 1:28 to go in the power play. Here comes Carmen to center ice. What an SJHL semifinal he had against the Bombers back in the spring. Wings have a hard time getting going here, though. Forced back inside their own zone. That's Burgess, just dropped it back. Sale had to be careful. Sights on top of him. Here comes Sale to center. Across the Bomber line, he'll bring the puck in deep. Here comes Sale. Back of the net, had Pierce there. The blue line, it goes to Carmen. He'll wait for it. Knuckleball to McNichol. Nice pass out front. Opportunity. opportunity here. It's just off a leg. And Seitz, he'll push it out. He's got a chance short-handed. Seitz down the left wing across the Weyburn line. Walks in a shot on the glove. Rebound. Flin Flon can't pick it up. McNichol will drop it back. Carmen again had a little trouble handling the puck here in the opening period. Waiting for some other guys to get out there. He'll drop it back. And scooped up this time by Moldy. And that big goal last night's game. Dropped it back to McIntyre. Here's DK. Throws that one in deep. Moldy back of the net. Trying to come back out front. Good job by Mooney to take it from him. 23 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. 12 and a half minutes in this scoreless opening period. Wings have the puck back of the Bomber net. Mooney will knock it down for Flin Flon along the boards. Puck is bouncing. Chance here by Moldy. Found on it the first time. Held into the blue line though. Here's Pierce, a chance. And a leg out front. Flin Flon will get it out. There's 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Pierce forced back to the Weyburn blue line. Here's the pass to McIntyre. He's got a lead.
Got the interference call right here, Rob.
And a delayed penalty coming up, like Mike Slip mentioned. He was Johnny on the spot there. I'm assuming it's against Weyburn. They have the puck. It is. DK going to go in for interference, so...
It was like the old basketball pick play right there.
Referee caught it. Cody Mapes wants an explanation. Robert Koska is our Pepsi power play contestant. Oh, sorry, our Arctic Beverages power play contestant. Gets his products at Walmart. Good luck to him. Once again, a longtime Flin Flon Bomber supporter. See if Flin Flon can get something going here. Sights back of the goal. Trying to come out front. Stevens swatted that one with the paddle of his stick. The Wings have it. They'll send it off the boards back down to Flin Flon territory. Deshaun back to get it. 12 minutes to go in the opening period. A minute 40 remaining in the second Bomber power play. Did not register a shot the first one. Sights tangled up with his guy. Carmen didn't like that. He gave him a good shot, but I just think Sights ran into him. I don't think that was intentional at all. Anyway, the Wings will get it back down inside Flin Flon territory for Sean. And here comes that ferocious penalty kill. Like I said, they're right on him. Sean, though, good move at center. Here he comes inside the Weyburn zone, looking to set things up. In the corner here for Stick. Oh, what a pass! Score! Miller off the post it in. Oh, they couldn't have put that together any better. Just how they threw it up. What a pass by Wyatt Stick. And by Miller, he just off the post it in. I don't know if there's a goalie in the league that would have stopped this one. Here comes the replay right now, Mike Slip. You see it goes to the corner there. Stinton has it, takes a look. The picture-perfect pass up front. There it is off the post it in. What a goal on the power play to open up the scoring tonight.
Absolutely. Xavier Vauchon, though, should get as much credit on that one.
Yeah, he made it all happen, I agree.
He brought that puck all the way down the ice, and I'm thinking to myself, what a smooth skater Xavier Vauchon is, and he made that great pass to Stinton, who was able to put it out front. Great play all around.
That's a big one for Miller, his 20th of the year. Stinton will get 1 assist. We'll see if they get the second one to Vauchon. They should. But nonetheless, it's a power play goal. Congratulations to Robert Koska. You are an Arctic Beverages power play winner, and you just won yourself a 12-pack of Gatorade water. And I'm not sure Mapes is letting the referee have it about something. Any idea what's going on here? Maybe he didn't like the penalty. I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
You're going to turn your mic up just a touch there, Mike.
There we go.
Anyway, yeah, you see something's going on. Anyway, we're going to have a face-off at center ice. Lex Brock to take the draw here against DK. And Flin Flon finally has a power play goal. Boy, Wyatt Stinton, what a weekend he's had. We mentioned the 2 big goals in last night's game, including the shootout winner. What a setup that was to put Colin Miller on the board here on the power play early. Look out, big hit there. Burgess gets pancaked by Alexander.
Oh, we got
and we're going to get a major brouhaha right below us here. Burgess got popped. He got right back up the Weyburn line. And, of course, Alexander, the guy, we know how hard he hits. He doesn't hit you. He goes through you.
Yeah.
And he's making his presence felt here early. There might be a penalty on this. I have a feeling there's going to be.
The referee's taking notes. Nathan Mounier looking over his shoulder to see what they may be.
10:56 to go in the period. Looks like some penalties being handed out here tonight. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a delay, so let's run down some of the games that are happening in the SKHL. And you're going to notice this, Mike, every single night between now and the end of the year. All these games playoff implications.
Yeah, I was going to say 1 to 8.
Even the teams that are just out of the playoffs are right in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Melville, one of those teams, a 2-0 lead on Yorkton after 1. Kindersley needing some victories. Flin Flon will see them next weekend. They lead Melfort 1-0 midway through the first. The Mustangs might have to run the table to get in. Nipwood have not given up a goal their last couple of games. I shut out Weyburn, and of course the shutout against L'Orange last night. Lead the Wolves right now, 1-0 midway through the first. I got Warman ahead of Battleford in the opening period, and Estevan Humboldt, two teams again vying for positioning, scoreless in the opening period. So all big games on our McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard.
Very interesting. The Weyburn Redwings going on the power play here, Rob.
We'll see if they can answer the Flin Flon power play goal.
Maybe not. I think it's 5-on-5.
Mooney skating back to the bench here. I'm not sure what's going on. The faceoff's in the Flin Flon zone.
Well, they had 2 minutes up there. They took it off, and now
I think it's a power play, and that's going to be the hit on Alexander, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Alexander's the only guy in the box. It will be a Weyburn power play. They're second in the game. And we'll see if they can answer the Flin Flon Bomber power play goal here by Connor Miller tonight. I thought Weyburn's power play looked pretty good. They set up pretty good the first time, but didn't get the key shot. Now you got Carmen over there having a conversation with Mounier.
And a few other people on the bench.
But I can't figure out why Mounier still out there. He finally is going to make his way up. Oh, Carmen's taking a penalty as well. That's what this is all about. I think. This is interesting. I know Carmen and Sale have made their way over to the referee alliance, but Carmen looks like he's going to go off and take a penalty here.
I wonder if he
got a misconduct, maybe.
I wonder if he got it unsportsmanlike.
This Flin Flon only it's 4 on. It's going to be 5-on-4 here. He might have got a misconduct for saying something, maybe. We'll have to listen in here, Mike, and see what's going on, but it's Weyburn's on the power play. Oh, and they're setting Muka off as well, so something happened after the fact.
There was a lot of jawing over at the Bomber box. Carmen was one. Muka was having words with him, as was Mooney.
Well, he's taking a penalty as well, so that must be unsportsmanlike, like you said. Anyway, after all that, Weyburn will go on the power play for the second time tonight. They're 0 for 1. Their power play also pretty deadly, ranked 4th in the league. At 20.5%, the Bomber penalty kill ranked 2nd. There's a shot. Werner will make the save. The Bomber penalty kill at 85.9%. So after all that, we get a Weyburn power play.
Yeah, I'm just seeing.
Josh Carmen. 2 minutes for roughing.
He said Carmen roughing. Yeah, interesting. What was the Yuka penalty? Did you get that?
I didn't. I'm just trying to look here. It's so hard to hear.
Anyway, Weyburn is on the power play. Here's McNichol at the blue line, Stinton on top of him. Stinton tried to dig away to get the puck. A good job of McNichol to keep that in. I don't know how he did. Finally, they get it free. That's picked up by Miller, the goal scorer. He'll sit it inside. Look out! Stevens goes down. Good thing for him is nobody was in front of the net. That would have been a freebie. Here's Pierce. He'll drop that one back. Is there something going on with the ice at that end of the ice? Is there something going on down there? We've seen Carmen stumble a couple times. Stevens stumbled. Is there?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I noticed.
He's looking back at his pad to see if he went over a strap or not.
Yeah, he might have.
Anyway, a minute 23 remaining in the Weyburn power play. 10:19 to go in the opening period. Flin Flon in front 1-0. A power play goal by Colin Miller. Moldy to take the face-off against Arbery outside the Bomber blue line. It's a Jim's Custom Doors and Windows penalty kill, by the way. Moldy knocked it down. This is Martin at center. Sends it back to the Flin Flon zone. Werner will get a piece of it back to them. Around the boards it goes. Seitz will poke it out. Good job by him. And Martin races back to pick up the puck inside the Weyburn zone. The smooth skating Martin. Here he is. Taking a look at center ice. He'll drop it back again. There's DK to Moldy. And they'll throw it back in here for DK. He can really fly. Holy cow. DK picked it up back of the goal. This guy's got wheels. Back to Martin at the point. Back up front. Monroe, a quick chance, and that's kicked away that time by Werner. Martin holds it in. Martin along the boards. Picked up here by Monroe, the former Mustang. Monroe to the high slot. Shoots it. A good save by Finn Werner. And boy, Monroe, I thought looked good last night. Real sneaky, deceptive move there to get that good shot away.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic in front of Finn Werner there. I'm just trying to see if I can find those penalties, Rob. It's not coming up yet. Hold on.
Well, we'll get to it.
Here we go. Muka roughing, Alexander boarding, DK interference, and Carmen roughing.
9.5 minutes to go in the period. There's 34 seconds remaining in the penalty. Pierce can't hold it in. Flin Flon takes it away. Good job that time by Pashon. He'll get it down the ice with Sitton in pursuit. Sitton can't pick it up in the corner. Knocked away by Pierce. Back of the goal it goes. Again, that's the forward Chalice getting it over to the defenseman here, Ryland. Picked up by Sale now at center. He'll get the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Miller in there trying to tie him up. Wings trying to jump on the puck. Big pile up back to the Flin Flon Bomber net. Picked up here by Mounier. And he'll look like it hit somebody on the bench, didn't it? Maybe not. Anyway, it's down. The ice penalty is over. Weyburn is 0 for 2 in the game. Here comes Keller. Off the boards, back inside the Flin Flon zone. Bruce up the boards. Back to 5 aside. That's Martin. Try to get it ahead to Breho. Bird saw it, knocked it down at center. Lost the handle again. Ward ahead to Breho. Breho will catch up with it across the Weyburn line. Here's Breho. Nice pass back to Sykes. Dumps at the corner this time for Martin. Martin back to the goal, to the blue line. Bruce holds it in, shoots it on target. Knocked away with a stick skate that time, courtesy of Stevens. Bombers flip that back in deep. Right point for Bruce. Trying to throw it through traffic. Puck laying there and picked up here by Keller. Keller will get it to center. Keller inside the Flin Flon zone. Throws it in deep. There's Bruce. Back to the net this time for Martin. He'll flip it ahead. Chance here for Ward. Ward down the left side. Picked it up in Weyburn territory. Trying to come back up front to Breho. Knocked away from him. Sykes holds it in. For the time being, now it's cut free by Doyle. Keller wants to go out for a change, but he'll chip it inside the Flin Flon zone first. Bomber D-man Pashon. Oh, he had Lalamere there, but he couldn't pick up the pass. It'll be an icing call against Flin Flon. 7:38 to go here in the opening period. A 1-0 Flin Flon lead. A power play marker here by Colin Miller. And I think we're going to get our media timeout, so we'll take a break as well. Great game tonight between the Bombers and Wings here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
On Sunday, February 22nd,
play a commercial.
We will be having our Flin Flon Bombers Skills Competition.
Your local McDonald's at the Walmart location in Flin Flon wants to wish all their customers a happy new year and all the best in 2026. Some exciting things happening to kick off the new year, including their mailer coupons, which will give you a chance to save money on all your favorite food items right up until February. Starting up later this month, the new $5 McValue meals will be available all day and night, and those will last all year, bringing you all kinds of delicious items to choose from, including the Cheeseburger Deluxe, fries, Junior McChicken, breakfast burrito, and pies. Stop by the restaurant at the Flin Flon Walmart location, 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. That's Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Drive-through open 7 a.m. to midnight Monday to Thursday, 24 hours Friday, Saturday, and open till 6 on Sunday.
Artificial intelligence can't build you a home, fix your engine, or prepare a meal. A job in trades is a job AI can't have. At the University College of the North, choose from over 10 different trades that work for you, your interests, and your timelines. You can be the one everyone calls for that expert help. Apply for September 2026 start. UCN.ca. UCN. Here you can.
10 seconds. University College of the North. Kinomagay ay kantopa din UCN.ca UCN Spanish.
7.5 minutes remaining here in the opening period. A 1-0 Flin Flon lead. Once again, the power play marker by Colin Miller, the only goal so far. Wings have the puck at the Bomber blue line. DK shot. That changed direction in a hurry. Picked up back of the net this time by Burgess. Trying to pin it up there. Wings work it free. Knocked down in front, but they can't get a shot away. DK was there. Pierce in the corner. Takes a stick away from Holmes. He'll get it right back. Right point it goes for Carmen. His shot partially blocked. Good pressure here by the Wings. Bombers flip into the deep corner. There's Muka up the boards. Good play to Lalamere, but can't catch up with it. Here's Carmen. Inside his own zone. Feeds it back. Martin comes back to help him out. He'll drop it back of the goal. Carbon has it for Weyburn. He'll start to skate up the ice. Pass here for DK. Intercepted by Miller. He's quickly across the Weyburn line. Here comes Miller. In deep. It's in front. They score! Lucas somehow finds a way to tuck that one home. And how about another great play by Colin Miller there? Never gave up on it, Mike. He got down low. Had the guy draped all over him, but still gets the pass out front. What a play by Miller, and what a finish there by Ryder Muka.
Yeah, here we go. I was looking for maybe a holding penalty a pass out front, and one of the Bombers standing pretty much in the net.
Well, that's his 16th of the year for Ryder Muka. What a year he's having.
He's had a great night so far, I think. Yeah, and Nathan Lalamier was making life tough. I just love how this Bombers team are making it hard on netminders this year.
So Miller's got 2 points. What a setup that was. Muka's got his 16th of the year. Flin Flon are front by a score of 2-0. Miller again will pick it up at center. Quickly across the Weyburn line. Walks it, shoots it on target. Stevens to save. Rebound is back of the net. Picked up here by McIntyre. He gets rid of it. Moldy has it. Quickly down the right side. Moldy trying to get in deep. Mounier stood him up. Made a good defensive play. There's Arbery. Back to the net to Mounier. Moldy took a bit of a run at him. Held in at the right point that time by Bird. And the puck eventually makes its way to Werner. And we got more pushing and shoving out front here after the second goal. McIntyre not happy about something. He's mixing it up here with somebody. Can't make out who the Bomber player is.
I don't know what McIntyre was upset about.
I think it might have been something happened up the ice here.
Maybe.
There was a big hit here. He's still letting Mounier play him a piece of his mind as he makes his way off the ice. Shots are 9-6 Flin Flon. 6:04 to go in the period, and Flin Flon looking pretty good. They haven't had a ton of great offensive opportunities, but boy, making the most of the 2 good chances that they've had.
Yeah.
And you got to do that against Weyburn. You got to cash in. McMichael set for the face-off here against Stinton. Once again back in the Flin Flon zone. The left of the netminder, Finn Werner. Bruce off the boards. Looked like he might have something going. Alexander takes a run anyway at Doyle. They'll get it back in. There's Bruce. Team's starting to pick up in the physical department both ways. Here comes Alexander quickly to the left side. They'll poke that one free. Alexander after it poked away. Stinton has it. Tried to fend that through traffic, but it got blocked. Carmen off the glass. Back down to Flin Flon territory. Should be icing. It is. Now we'll get a face-off back inside the Weyburn zone. 5.5 minutes to go. And what a start here for Flin Flon tonight in a 2-0 lead. And what a start for Connor Miller. Boy,
yeah.
Beautiful goal and a beautiful pass.
Finn Werner, not a lot of hard shots, but he had one where he was, I don't know how he fought through all the traffic that was in front of the net. I think almost every player on the ice stood in front of him there, but he made a really nice save a few shifts ago.
Face off in the wing zone. The Bombers win the draw. Martin quickly back to right point. There's Holmes a chance, and Stevens sees that all the way. He'll reach down and he'll make the glove save. The official on the 2 goals tonight. Miller's got his 20th. Stinton and Pashon the assist, and Ryder Muka's 16th. Miller and Lalamier will get a second assist on that one at the 13:21 mark. That's the official on the 2 goals here in the opening period. Flin Flon in front 2-0. Another face-off in the wing zone. The left of Stevens. Bombers off the draw. Pashon through traffic. Stevens is saved. Rebound kicked out and sent outside the zone. Pashon at his own blue line. Try to play that one back to Breho. He does. Seitz will take off after. Flin Flon has a good jump in it. Oh, Seitz going to get a penalty here. He runs into Carmen, takes him down. Pierce doesn't like that. And we've seen a lot of big hits here both ways, Mike, in this opening period.
Yeah.
Interference is what the call is going to be here, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think Pierce might have lost his footing and did get slammed into the board.
No, cross-check is the call.
Cross-check, yeah, I don't.
So Weyburn will go to the power play for the 3rd time here tonight.
That's a tough one.
And look at Stevens' stick is busted. He's got to get a new piece of lumber here. Not sure what happened to his stick, but it got broken, and he'll get a new piece of lumber, and the Wings will go on the power play for the third time here tonight. So it's the 3rd Jim's Custom Doors and Windows penalty kill. Face-off inside the Flin Flon zone to the left of the netminder. Finn Werner. Moldy set for the face-off against Stinton. Right back to Pierce. They'll dish it off. Picked up here by McIntyre. Pierce has it again. Takes a look, walks through traffic, shoots it. They rebound, they jam it in. There's DK. And it's a power play goal by Weyburn. Pierce had that good chance, was kind of wobbling behind Werner. That only took 10 seconds on the power play. Big answer for Weyburn there. Similar to last night's game, the Bombers got that quick 2-0 lead. Weyburn comes back, and here's the goal again. McIntyre, the drop pass. You'll see Pierce will pick it up here. Lots of traffic in front, and there's DK where he needs to be, and he'll tap it home.
Way too much Red Wing traffic in front of Finn Werner there. He made the initial save, had no chance on the goal. They got to move those guys out of there.
10th of the year for DK. That'll come at the 14:44 mark, and Weyburn's got a power play goal, so both teams are on the board with a power play marker tonight. Neither team could score on the PP last night, but they've exchanged it. Oh, there's a big hit there. Lamonier steps into his guy. Rashawn tries to hold the line. That's picked up here by Schrader. Bumped along the boards by Lalamier, who does have an assist in the game. It's first he's had in a while after that lengthy injury. Lalamier will get it back. It's poked away from him in the corner. He'll chase Doyle down. Lesperance in there as well. Wings poke it free, though. Here comes Moldy. Moldy to center. Sends it off the board. Back in the Flin Flon zone. Broke it up that time by Pashon. Held in, though. Here's Schrader. High slot, can't shoot it. Carmen gets a chance. That got blocked. Puck does come out eventually. Wings will flip it in there offside. 4:17 to go.
What a block by Lesperance there.
It's a big thing, again, that doesn't necessarily show up in the stats department, but that's such a big part of hockey now.
It sure is, absolutely.
You can block shots. You're going to be a valuable commodity, especially on the power play.
Zach Smith, one of the best bombers at that, ex-captain of the Flin Flon Bombers.
Well, I'll never forget that, the championship year, 2022 against Estevans. Black and blue from his neck to the bottom of his feet. That's how many shots.
It was incredible.
How he paid the price. You're right. One of the best captains in the history of the team. I totally agree. Mounier tries to throw that out front. Here comes Alexander back in the fray. Blue line, bouncing puck. Monroe picked it up. Boy, can this guy bob and weave. Ulmer comes back. Got crossed up with his own guy, but feeds it back to Ward. Ward up the boards here to Skitten. Nice pass to Alexander. Back across the line. Here's Ulmer. Walking in, and he ripped it over top of that. Had a hard shot there, but he just missed. Great setup, though. Mounier. He'll poke it back in. Skitten back of the goal. Poked away. Great defensive play that time by the Wings as they'll get it back. There's Pierce on it again. Gets it to settle down, feeds it back to Monroe. Monroe across the Bomber blue line. Monroe out front. Had a guy there, they couldn't tap it home. Pierce at the blue line holds it in. There's DK, he's got the power play goal. He'll keep it in deep. Puck back to the net. Pierce out front, there's DK. Can't get a stick on it. Puck bouncing, picked up here by Morozov. Back to Arbery. Reed Arbery. Dished it off, but Pierce came back and took it. Here comes Pierce. Race again. Walks it. That's over top of the Bomber net. Flin Flon standing a little bit still right now. You don't want to do that against this Weyburn group. Here's Carmen. Once again across the Bomber line. Pashon is back there. He'll drop it back to the goal. Flin Flon trying to get the puck out. They do. Here comes Miller. To center. Cast it. Pashon. Quick chance. And Stevens will nab that midair and hang on. And I noticed the same thing in last night's game after Moldy scored. Weyburn took off. They've had a big lift after the DK power play goal.
Yeah, both these teams are flying. Weyburn has caught fire here a little bit. You're right. But boy, there's some good skaters out there again tonight on both sides.
Yeah, these teams match up really well. You heard Tony Mates once again his after the SJHL Coaches Show tonight, how these teams seem to bring the best out of each other. I'm sure Mike Reagan would agree with that. Got some good battles here the last few years for sure. Here's Doyle for the Wings back across the Bomber line. Hangs on, throws it out front, that goes wide. Carmen will hold it in at the blue line. There's McIntyre, ran on a room, but it's picked up instead here by Keller. He's had a good game tonight. Moldy back to the net, tried to work it back out front. Bombers can't clear. Carmen has it. Shot for the blue line, didn't miss by much. Just over top of the right pad that time of Werner. Carmen again through traffic, just deflected wide. Good pressure by the Wings here. After the Bombers again, good chance by Werner off the sharp angle. Doyle had a chance there, and boy, the Bombers having some trouble in their own zone.
This group was tired for sure, and they were caught standing still because they were tired, and the Redwings just moving the puck around beautifully.
1:58 remaining in the opening period. The official, by the way, on the DK power play goal, his 10th. Pearson Doyle, the assist with another face-off inside the Flin Flon zone to the left of the netminder. Finn Werner, who just made a magnificent save, by the way. McNichol will take the draw here against Lesperance. Off the draw, puck rolls to the front of the Bomber net. Bounces, there's Werner with his blocker on it. Puck is laying in front of him. Flin Flon trying to clear. They can't. Wings have it! And there's a chance there for Romolari. I don't know how Werner saw that one, but he did. He makes a good save through traffic to hang on. Weyburn dominating the face-off circles right now.
Yeah, and they're dominating in front of that crease too. They're just throwing a ton of traffic in front of Finn Werner, and if the Bombers aren't careful, it's gonna come back and bite them. They got to move people out.
McNichol to take the face-off against Stinton once again deep in the Flin Flon zone. The left of the netminder, Finn Werner, a couple big saves here the last couple of moments. Flin Flon still in front 2-1, but Weyburn, since they've had that goal, have really got a major lift here late in the period. Ulmer trying to get the puck out. Good work along the boards that time. By the wings, finally squirts free. Ulmer will pick it up. He'll flip it out. And Martin races back to get it. Off the boards. Puck will roll back at the Flin Flon zone. Bruce looking around. There's no icing here. It did touch somebody. Stinton. He's in there for Bruce. Bruce trying to get his big reach on it. Nice job to feed that back to Yakupchuk. Here's Ulmer. Knocked off his stick back at the Flin Flon zone. Yakupchuk has to hurry. Nice job to poke that over to Bruce. Bruce found on it. He'll get it back. Now he plays it ahead to Stinton. Good pass to center. Stinton across the Weyburn line. Hangs on. That got blocked. Here's McIntyre for the wings. Lays that one ahead to Romalaire, but cut off by Mounier. He'll fire it in. Kicked away by Stevens. Here's Carmen. Look out, lost the handle. Chance here late. Arbery walked in. Good glove save that time by Stevens. His best in the period. Flin Flon will keep it in. They'll hammer that over top of the net. Less than a minute to go. Carmen puts that pass back up to Sale. Poked it across the Bomber blue line. Bashan took it from him. Here comes Bashan. Nifty move. Hangs on. Shoots a good save. Stevens at the top of the crease there. And he'll reach out and grab that. Good job by Bashan. And he's been at the best legs, I think, of any Bomber D-man tonight. He's had no problem getting up the ice.
He's a great skater. You know, I wasn't at the game last night, so a little unfair for me to comment, but I was told that the Bombers gave up the puck a lot. And that's exactly what's happened near the end of this first period. They just can't get it out of the end, and they're giving it right back to the Weyburn Red Wings.
Face off inside Weyburn territory. Football went to a one-timer. Holmes chipped in front. There's Arbery back to the net. Reed Arbery left it there for Miller. Back to blue line to Holmes. Bashan calling for it. Up the boards. Goes in deep for Arbery. We have 14 seconds remaining in the period. Wings are after it. They flip the puck to blue line. It stays in. Oh, sorry, it didn't. It did come out. Pierce has got it now for Weyburn. He'll hang on. One last chance. Played that one ahead here to Pierce, but knocked away from him. And that's going to do it for the opening period here tonight, Mike, and very similar to last night's game. Flin Flon jumped out 2-0, and, you know, I go back to what Mike said before the pregame. He was talking about, you know, their 2-0 lead last night. You get that third goal, maybe they blow the doors open. They scored that second goal tonight, and I thought, geez, they're looking pretty good right now, but they take that penalty in the offensive zone. And Weyburn able to come back and able to get a goal and really took off after that point.
It's amazing how those type of penalties come back to bite you, which that one did. A lot of penalties in that period, Rob. And
yeah, we had 5 power plays total.
Yeah, so, but a good period. I was entertaining, and as I say, the Bombers sort of got back on their heels there and were letting people in front of the net, and Finn Werner was able to stop at least 2 of the 3 where there was real heavy traffic in front of the net. So Finn Werner coming up pretty big.
Yeah, he made some good saves, and like I said, no slouch. I mean, his numbers are through the roof this year. He's 10-1. He's got 3 shutouts. He's the SJHL Rookie of the Month, by the way, for January. And he's got a goals against a 1.73 save percentage of .931. I mean, who wouldn't want those numbers?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was thinking at the beginning of the year, including myself, was a little concerned about what Mike would do with goaltenders. It seems like that every year, and every year he comes up with some good ones. And again this year, goaltending is maybe the best 1-2 combo we've had in a long time.
Well, and you mentioned Charlie Trevor could actually catch up with him in our opening intermission. He got himself an NCAA Division I scholarship, and that's really big news. We only had 1 Division I scholarship in the entire league last year. That, of course, was a goaltender as well, Christian Coons from the Melfort Mustangs. Yeah. And now Trent gets it from his time with Humboldt. And just a terrific young man. And hopefully I do have a feeling we're going to see a few more this year. I think there's some guys that certainly warrant them in this league.
I do too.
And I'd like to see a few more guys get them. Who knows? Maybe Joey Lees is one of those guys. He's had a tremendous year. Out with an injury right now, but you can't deny the type of year that he's had.
No, absolutely. He's, we said at the beginning of the year, Joey Lees needs to come out strong this year, and he has. You mentioned Charlie Tritt. I had a chance to meet him for the first time this week, and you're right, he's just an exceptional young man. His work ethic, from what I understand, is incredible. He's at the gym every early morning, and he's here.
Very dedicated.
He's here to win hockey games, and that's great.
No question about it. Colin Miller as well, of course, another part of that trade. A goal and an assist. Unfortunately, Ryder Knudsen out with an injury, but they've been very happy with what he's brought to the table as well. So all three of those guys have been nice additions, and they've all told me the same. Well, they've told me all the same thing, two different things. Like you mentioned, here to win, but really admire how tight of a group that Mike has built here.
Yeah, and that seems to be the case most years, but this group is, I've said it a lot to a lot of people, and I've said it on the air here. This team is different. It's different in a really, really good way. It's a well-balanced, cohesive group of young men, and they are dedicated. So it's looking good, but they have some big hills to climb.
Well, like you and I mentioned when we kicked off the broadcast tonight, Mike, and again, like we talked about it several times, there's so many good teams.
Yeah.
Again, obviously, Weyburn, a very good team. They're showing us again tonight how good they are.
Yeah.
But again, you got North Battleford, what a year they're having. Yorkton, I think, have won 16 in their last 20 games. Nipwood's caught fire. And again, even if you have to face, like, who knows, maybe Flin Flon does face Humboldt in the opening round. Yeah. You can't tell me they're not going to be pumped up and ready for that. Melfort, the back-to-back champs, trying to get back in. It's 1 through 8, or even the first 9 teams. Everybody thinks they have a shot. If you get in the playoffs, you never know.
You never, ever know. And, that Melfort team is always scary with...
and he knows if he gets in, you just never know, right?
Yeah, with Coach Blevins. You get on a win streak, and who knows what happens.
He's also got 2 pretty good goaltenders there, and we've seen goalies steal games and steal series before.
Absolutely.
It'll be fun to see how it all shakes down. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with our opening intermission for the North of 53 Consumers Co-op here tonight. And like we mentioned, Charlie Tritt, the standout netminer for the Flin Flon Bombers, on his way to Lake Superior State. He'll be our guest here momentarily on our Creighton Pizza Player Profile. Great opening period here tonight. Bombers in front 2-1 on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
Adorable meets affordable at the North of 53 Co-op. Baby Gourmet Organics are now on sale, along with formula from brand names like Nestle and Good Start. Make sure the little ones stay snug and dry with Huggies wipes and diapers, available in little snugglers and little movers. Plus, the Co-op has the gentle care items needed to keep your little one's skin soft as a baby's. With baby food, infant feeding, and accessories, they got you, baby. At the North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there. Gotta stop thinking about Creighton's Pizza. Gotta stop thinking about Creighton's Pizza. More important things to think about, like, what kind of name is Gilligan? And can I get laser eye surgery where the eyes shoot out lasers? Probably on its way for a Creighton's Pizza delivery. But gotta stop thinking about Creighton's Pizza. I've got it. I'm going to start thinking about their ethnic menu, from Greek to Chinese to Italian.
10 seconds.
Milkshakes, Flinty's fried chicken. Phew, I did it. Creighton's Pizza, 688-2080. Fight for the last slice.
Welcome to our first intermission, one of the new additions to Flin Flon Bombers. I guess not so new now, but Charlie Tritt, of course, came over in that blockbuster trade from the Humboldt Broncos to college-bound Charlie Tritt. I guess first and foremost, Charlie, congratulations on that. We know how tough it is for guys to get Division I scholarships here in the SJHL, but you got one. You must be thrilled.
Yeah, super excited. I think I'm super grateful for the opportunities I've had in Humboldt and here. Great groups, great coaches, so yeah, super grateful.
Obviously, you were on their radar screen. They were on your radar screen for a while. Tell me how that kind of all unfolded, I guess.
Yeah, I think a few months ago there was just some interest there on both sides, and went through the whole process, calls, interviews, all that, and then a few weeks ago they came with the offer, and it was a no-brainer for me.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Now, you've got a lot of experience. I mean, the VCHL, I believe you played in the North American Hockey League as well, of course, Humboldt before coming to Flin Flon. Let's start with this. How did you come to the SJHL? I mean, you were a Humboldt Bronco before you came to Flin Flon. New league for you. How did you wind up in the SJHL?
Yeah, it was Braden Klamosko, the coach in Humboldt. So I actually was supposed to go play for him in Battlefords when I was 18, and then ended up getting an offer from Langley, close to home, and decided to do that. And then this summer when he came calling again, it kind of seemed like fate almost, and I decided to take that opportunity and go there. It was a great experience, and now happy that I've ended up in Flin Flon.
You probably weren't expected to get traded, were you?
No, it was definitely a surprise, but the team, decided to go in a different direction, look more towards the future. So yeah, couldn't have come to a better spot.
Did it kind of really catch you off guard, Charlie, or did you have maybe an inkling a couple days before that something may in fact happen?
No, it was just pretty much caught me off guard, like on the day that it started happening, and then it took a couple days for the trade to kind of go through. But yeah, definitely caught me off guard at first.
Well, when you heard it was Flin Flon, were you happy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no better spot in the league other than Humboldt and Flin Flon. Definitely the two best organizations, two best places, so for sure.
And, of course, you got a taste of the Whitney Forum, too, because you played the Bombers actually 4 times before you made the trade. What was your thoughts on, as a visitor, playing in the Whitney Forum?
Yeah, so I obviously had never been here before, and all I heard from my teammates that week was, oh, man, we got to go play in the Whitney this week. This is going to suck. So definitely I enjoyed playing here as an away team, but it's much more fun as the home team.
Is it easier when you get traded than a couple of players come with you?
For sure. And I mean, Millsy and Knutson are just the best guys ever, great players, so couldn't have asked for 2 better guys to come with me, and definitely made the transition easier.
I know you never want to look behind, you always want to look ahead, but you look at that Humboldt roster, Charlie. I mean, that was a really good hockey team. It must be a little bit disappointing that it didn't go better for the team. I mean, I look at that lineup top to bottom, and I thought heading into this year, in my opinion, might have been the team to beat.
For sure, that was the plan going into the year. I mean, you wanted to go to a place where you compete, and that's why I chose Humboldt. A lot of good players, obviously great coaching staff, Klamosko and Hansen. And, I mean, not disappointed anymore, but I think at the time of the deadline, it was a little disappointing, just not what we expected. But for sure, just grateful for the opportunity that I had there and to be with those guys.
And you know what? To wind up your career with a historic organization like Flin Flon's not bad.
100%. So exciting. So.
Did you know much about the SJHL? Did you know much about the Bombers before you? I mean, I guess you had a little bit of an inkling. You mentioned Braden tried to bring you over to the Battlefords when you were 18, so I guess you knew a little bit about the SJHL. Any familiarity at all with Flin Flon or any of the players that maybe have played here in the past?
Yeah, I knew it was a super historic organization and a winning culture, competing for championships every year. So I didn't know a ton about the league and about the organization, but I knew that for sure.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, one thing about goaltending, no matter where you are, your job is to stop pucks. You've done a good job of that. Is it quite a bit for you yourself coming in? Obviously, some different systems than Flin Flon, I'm assuming. For you, your style, for you, how you prepare, was it any different here at all for what you have to do day to day?
No, like you said, my job is to stop the puck. I mean, getting used to the Whitney didn't take me too long. I think you just got to get your angles down and get your depth right and everything. And then once you do that, the job's the same, the focus is the same.
We mentioned Humboldt struggling. Flin Flon, of course, has had an unbelievable year. Did you notice? Do you notice? Is it a different vibe here?
I would say it's 2 great groups. I mean, I'm not going to speak too much on the differences, but I mean, it's been an awesome group here in Flin Flon, and like the boys here are unreal. I like the boys in Humboldt a lot too. So I think it's just more of an older group here, more experienced, and Humboldt decided to go obviously in a younger direction, look towards the future. So I think that's more what's happening.
I guess kind of my thought process on it was success just really seems to brim confidence.
For sure. I mean, when you do things a certain way, you feel a certain way. When you win over and over again, you expect to win, and you feel good when you win. So 100%, I would agree.
What has been the highlight for you so far in your SJHL career, would you say? I mean, getting the scholarships obviously big, but is there a single game you look back on and thought, wow, that was a really big moment for me?
The next one. No, I don't know. It's try not to think about that too much. I'm just really enjoying the whole year and the experience, and I mean, every game's been just a blast so far. So especially being my last year in junior hockey, you have to enjoy every single moment.
Well, and we all know that the playoffs is what it's all about. I mean, that's what you guys live for. I mean, nothing against the regular season, but I mean, it's just kind of a dress rehearsal. Playoffs, Flin Flon starving for a championship. I'm sure you're aware of that. A great group here with really a well-balanced team, and I'm sure you've heard what the atmosphere is like in this building as well. I'm sure that's something you must be really looking forward to.
Oh, so excited for it. I mean, the Whitney's crazy in the regular season, and all I've heard is wait till playoffs. So I just can't wait. I'm super excited to experience it.
Quickly, growing up, who was your favorite team, your favorite player? Who did you kind of emulate yourself after?
Yeah, my favorite team was the Flyers growing up because my dad always liked them. And I never tried to copy any goalies. My favorite was definitely Lundqvist growing up. He's the man.
He was the man. I totally agree. But maybe one of the best goalies to not win a Stanley Cup, although he was close on a couple of occasions. You mentioned the Flyers. Your dad must be happy you wound up at Flin Flon. I'm sure he knows who Bobby Clark and Reggie Leach are.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Of course I did, too. But, yeah, definitely coming up here, it's you're not alone being a Flyers fan. So.
What was the reaction of the family when he got traded?
Definitely a little surprise at first, but coming to, first place team in the league, a lot of history here, and the opportunity, it was just a lot of excitement as well. So.
Listen, Charlie, congratulations on the scholarship. Fantastic win again for you last night. Certainly one of the top players in the entire league, and I know the Bombers are very, very fortunate to have you. So thanks for your time. I know you're going to have the night off tonight, but good luck getting back in the lineup, and good luck to you in Flin Flon down the stretch. It should be a real fun team to watch.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'm very fortunate to be here.
That's Charlie Trett, the college-bound Charlie Trett. Once again, our Creighton Pizza player profile here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Oh yeah, great. More of your grungy, old work clothes. Didn't I just wash these like last
4
week?
including the one that's
Fine,
playing.
then. Bye-bye, Spin Cycle.
If your appliances have more attitude than an angsty teen, then it's time to head to talk to the good people at Creighton Furniture. Maytag offers a wide selection of home appliances when it's time for something without the painful appliance attitude. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, ranges, Maytag works to keep your life as angst-free as possible. Check out the options with Maytag and Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, open Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 4.
Jim's Custom Doors and Windows is your trusted local windows, doors, and blinds store. But did you know they also install overhead doors? And did you know that a properly installed overhead door can help protect your home against extreme weather, help you save on your energy bill, and can increase the value of your home by up to 4%? Well, if you didn't, now you do. Plus, they also have lock and key services, helping you protect your home from the elements. Jim's Custom Doors and Windows. Call them today, 687-7071.
Gatorade's unflavored water is your new go-to for all-day hydration, infused with electrolytes for great taste. When you pick this up, all you have to do is flip the sports cap and drink the clear, refreshing water with no sweet taste. It's formulated for all active people to hydrate throughout their entire day. Arctic beverages in Gatorade, ideal for all-day hydration for all active people. Your lifestyle may change each day, but what you have inside you doesn't. With Gatorade water.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helped the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league, and they provide you with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Foreman. Speaking of Northland Ford, we shoot in the first period Northland Ford scoring, so we kind of forgot that, got all the excitement of the game. Bombers open things up. What a goal by Connor Miller, his 20th of the year from Stinton and Fashon to open things up here at the 7:20 mark. Just a tremendous pass from White Stinton to set him up. Muka would come back. Again, Miller down the boards, got in tight, fought off the offender, got it out front. Muka makes no mistake. What a year he's having. Potts his 16th. They gave a second assist to Lalanier at 13:21. But then Weyburn would go to work on the power play. They finally get a power play goal. Good work by DK. Picked up the loose puck in front of the Bomber net, able to shovel it home. 10th of the year, Pearson Doyle the assist. Shots 14-11, Flin Flon after one. I got the Wings 1 for 3 on the power play, Flin Flon 1 for 2. And that Mike Slip is your Northland Ford first period scoring summary.
Yeah, great first period it was. I'm really looking forward to see what adjustments have been made for the second period. Both these teams, you know, it's sort of like hitting two brick walls. They're so good, both the teams. So it's going to be exciting.
Let's take a look at the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Like we said, a lot of big games in the SJHL. It's going to be like this pretty much every night. Melville leading Yorkton 2-0 late in the second. Big one for Kindersley tonight. They lead the Mustangs 3-0 also in the second. LaRonge just taking a 2-1 lead on Nipawin late in the second period. Warman ahead of Battle for 2-1 in the second, and no score Esteban Humboldt in the second period. Manitoba's in the Hockey League tonight. Manitoba ahead of the Winnipeg Monarchs. Actually, all these games are after one period of play. Dauphin leads the Monarchs 1-0. The Blues ahead of the Blizzards 2-0. Burton and Niverville no score. Winkler leads Swan Valley 2-0, and Steinbach a 1-0 lead on Portage in the first. Of course, the Olympics happening over in Italy. Canada's got their first medal. It's a bronze in ladies speed skating. So 1 medal for Canada. A good start for the Canadian ladies hockey team today. 60 shots on Switzerland, beat them 4-0. The Canadian men all set to kick things off against Czechia February the 12th. I asked Raphael Sorey this question last night. I'm going to ask you, and I don't want any fence sitting. Do the Canadian men win the gold medal in hockey, Mike Sook?
Yes.
The world wants to know your opinion.
Yes, Seth Jarvis, and he should have been there from the beginning, and he's going to make the difference.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody else. Look, Canada's got so many good hockey players. Unfortunately, not everybody can be on the team.
That's right. And the only question is goaltending.
Yeah, that's a big question mark, but we'll see. They certainly got a lot of good players looking forward to it. Love the Olympics.
Oh, I love them. I love them.
Anyway, underway in the second period. Flin Flon leading this game 2-1. The Wings getting a chance in tight right off the hop. Finished the first period very strong, and they're going to get a chance again as they try to come out front. Werner, though, with the poke check. And he'll get it over to Alexander. Boy, can this guy fly. Alexander had a guy on him. Gets the puck across the Weyburn blue line. It's knocked away. Schrader will try to pick it up. Vachon poked it away from him. Bombers dump it in. Stevens comes out, knocks it down back of his net. Picked up here by Carmen. He'll play that one ahead for Romolari. And the puck will roll back at Flin Flon territory. Here's Arbery. Backhand pass. Miller's had the hot hand tonight. A goal and an assist in the period. We'll dump it in deep. There goes Miller. Tried to come back out front. Knocked away by Doyle. Poked it back to the net here. Miller not giving up on it. Tied up here with Monroe. Playing behind the Weyburn net. Flin Flon trying to add to their lead if they can, but the Wings have tightened up pretty good since the second Flin Flon goal tonight. Here's Arbery. Shot goes wide. Ward waits for it. He'll knock it down. First time we've seen Ward in a long time. Did not play a single game on that road trip. And is having himself a great year. Gets it back to Arbery. He'll chip it in. Stevens, the netminder for the Wings, comes out, plays it back to Pierce. Puck will make its way back to Ward inside the Flin Flon zone. Tried to come back to Breho too far. Icing against Flin Flon as the puck will make its way back inside the Wings zone. Just underway in the second period. 18 to go. The shots 14-11 Flin Flon. After the first period, the team has been able to muster a shot so far in the second.
You see a Nate Stevens jersey in the stands over there, Rob. Some Weyburn Red Wing fans here. That's a long trip. If they came from Weyburn, maybe they're a relative or something from...
Yeah, those few Weyburn fans are in attendance here tonight, and why wouldn't you want to be with these two great teams? Here's Breho. Quickly across the Weyburn line. Here he goes. Breho will hang on to it. Boy, what a rookie campaign he's had. Got a little bit of a taste of it last year as a call-up at the end of the year, but boy, he's had a regular role, and he's a fun player to watch. Here comes Burgess. He'll chip that. That's a high stick there by Flin Flon. As soon as they touch it, they're going to blow this down.
Breho, he had a good playoff when he did get to play last year, too. I thought he looked good.
He had a goal in the playoffs last year.
As an AP, so...
he plays with a lot of confidence, I find.
Yeah, I do, too. He can skate. I really like him. And
he's got nice hands.
Yep. Another great find by Mike Reagan.
Yeah, he's been a good call-up for them for sure. 17:51 to go. Second period, face-off back in the Flin Flon zone. They're right at the goaltender, Finn Werner. Moldy a goal last night will get set for the face-off here against the Bombers' Martin. Martin will knock him down, but the Wings will get it back to the Martin D-man for Weyburn. His shot can't make it through. There's Martin for Flin Flon. They come back to Sykes. Knocked down here by Yakubchuk. Tried to play that one ahead to Breho, but Carmen on top of this one. Feeds it back. Here's a chance now for Moldy. He's across the bomber line. Moldy will hang on. Back out front. Calling for it was Martin, the big D-man. Dishing along the boards here to McIntyre. Back out front to Martin. Can't shoot it. Carmen has it. Lots of traffic in front. Martin, a chance! Goes off Bruce's skate out front. Boy, Weyburn all over Flin Flon to begin the second period as well. Had a lot of offensive zone time. There's Bruce. Lost it back of the goal. Moldy interception. Back out front. A chance, Werner! Able to take that one away from the Weyburn D-man, Pierce. You talk about turn the puck over, Mike. There's a turnover in their own zone.
Yeah, it's exactly what was happening at the end of the period. Just sort of not very hard on the puck. You know, if you're going to move it hard. And, you know, the Bombers have been good at that all year, but just seem to be a little tentative on that puck in the defensive zone.
Great save there by Finn Werner. Saves their bacon there. Bombers win the draw. Muka, nice goal tonight. He's got the go-ahead goal. He's at center. He gets taken down by Sale. He'll dump it in. Lalamere bumped off the play right away. But grabbed here by Les Bronson. He gets crunched pretty good. Puck rolling to the Wings blue line. Flin Flon trying to keep it in. Comes out. And here's a chance now for Sale. And the loose puck will go in the Flin Flon zone. Sale there to get it. Lalamere lined him up. Got the puck, and he'll start to skate away. Here's Lalamere. It's past the Muka at center. They'll put the puck in. Bird back to get it. Lalamere on top of it. Big body check. Good one back of the goal. Allows Muka to pick up the puck. Muka tries to get away. Muka in the corner. Trying to get away here from a couple Weyburn Redwings, including Pierce, Polk, Free. Great job by Stinton. Stinton back out front. Holmes moves in, shoots it. That one got blocked out front. Great job that time by Monroe. Again, there's another shot block that we talked about here early in the game. Monroe back the other way. Turnover. Alexander down the right side, able to get it. Alexander walked in. Good save by Stevens. Flin Flon throws the rebound on him. He stopped that as well. I mentioned Stevens, a big save in the second. That's his best tonight on Alexander. Good save. Mounier to the blue line. Walks in, shoots it. Blocked in front that time by DK. Flin Flon a little bit of pressure here inside the wing zone. Pierce around the boards, trying to get it out. Bruce on top of it, fired it on target. And Stevens there, and he'll make the save. What a great job by Stevens on that partial breakaway there by Landon Alexander.
Yeah, Lalamere started this whole thing.
With a big body check.
He's played very physical tonight. I think he's had a nice start to the game, too, just getting back. And then the Bombers started to throw the body in that end, and it created some opportunities. So let's see if that continues.
Here comes the line of Miller, Arbery, Morozov. Yakubchuk and Bruce on the back end. Face off in the right, to the right of the Weyburn netminder Stevens. Flin Flon in front 2-1, just underway in the second period. Good chances both ways here to open up the middle frame. Wings dig it free. That's Doyle the D-man. Good move back of his own net. Up the boards, lost to Morozov. Back to blue line to Bruce. He'll take a look. His shot blocked again. Bouncing puck. Morozov ripped that one wide. Puck will hit the corner and come all the way back down to the Flin Flon zone. Yakubchuk will race after it. Romolari on him. Dropped to the corner to Bruce. Up the boards to Arbery. He'll get it back to Bruce. Bruce played it ahead. A good pass to center. Yakubchuk tried to get a stick on it. Trying to play that one ahead. He does. Great second effort. Here's the pass to Arbery, a little bit behind him, and he's got it. Dropped it back to Bruce. Walks in, shoots it off the side. There's a chance there for Arbery. And Stevens stopped it. He's not sure where the puck is. It's back of the net. Another good save here by Stevens. Doyle back in the wing zone. Tried to flip it out. He does. Puck will make its way back in the Flin Flon zone. There's Bruce, the big bomber D-man. Another impressive game here tonight for him. Nothing too flashy, Mike, but he does his job.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking he's having a good game, too.
Here's Monroe. Back across the bomber line. Hangs on. Dropped it off. That's Sale. Back of the goal for Monroe. He keeps it simple, and it works for him, and he's just a big body. Wings have the puck. Back to the bomber net. Try to come out front. Werner got his stick on that one. Arbery has it. He's been out there for a while. Gets it quickly over to Breho, but that one knocked away. Wings are looking for Sale too far. That should be an icing call. It will be. We'll get a face-off back inside the Weyburn zone. 14:01 to go in the second period. Shots are now 18-13 Flin Flon. And again, they got the 2-1 lead on that go-ahead goal by Ryder Muka late in the opening period.
Yeah, mentioned Bruce and how, you know, he just does the job. He reminds me of a Cole Tanchuk. You didn't hear his name a lot out on the ice, but that's what a defenseman is for. And Cole Tanchuk, just a no-mistake sort of defenseman, and that's the same as Mr. Bruce.
Here's the face-off between Seitz. As he lined up that time deep in Weyburn territory, the Wings eventually get the puck down the ice, and here comes Monroe racing after that. Monroe, I didn't realize he had this much speed when he played for Melfort, but boy, can he really fly. He's been great, Weyburn. Here's a chance. Walking in, Werner the save that time on DK, looking for his second of the game. Doyle back to center. Puck partially blocked here by Holmes. Gets it back to Breho. Oh, he had Seitz it alone if he would have got it to him, but broken up at the wing blue line. DK Drops it back to Doyle. Doyle had to be careful. Martin on top of him. They'll rip that around the board. There's Burgess. Knocked away by Flin Flon. Lesperance has it. He's across the Weyburn line, but poked away from him. Doyle, he's been impressive on the Weyburn blue line tonight. Flin Flon will dump it back in. Wings pick it up. Doyle again to center. Try to get that one back over to Burgess over top of his stick. Grabbed here by Sam Ward. Forced back of the net. Wings looking for the turnover. Mounier, good job to poke it up the boards. Here comes Lalamere. Lalamere for Flin Flon. They've got 3 on it at center. They'll dump it in from Muka. Muka will try to go in deep here on Carmen. Knocked away by Doyle. Plays it outside the zone. That's grabbed here by Fashon, and that's going to be a penalty. I would think, or wait, you have to be in your own end to do that, right?
Yeah, no penalty.
He cleared that well over the glass here. Mike Rickett is having a little talk with him as he makes his way back to the bench. That would have been a penalty if he would have been in behind his blue line.
Yeah, I don't think he did it on purpose.
Well, no, it don't matter, though. If you're
I'm just, Mike, giving him grief for that.
They're going to go to center ice here after that flip well over the glass. 12:43 to go in the period.
I haven't seen Landon Alexander out there, but he's out there now. So
he had that partial breakaway last time he was out there. Here's Mounier. Back to Alexander. Knocked off the play that time by Carmen. Grabbed here by Stitton. Here comes Wyatt Stitton. Off the boards, he'll dump the puck in deep. Stitton in the corner.
Alexander having skate trouble.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. He makes his way back to the bench here.
Yeah.
Wings have the puck. Mounier not sure where it is. He did knock it down. Now he'll play it out. Here's Carmen. 5 steps to check. Carmen leaves it there for McIntyre. Puck poked away. This is Ulmer off the boards. But Martin back to get it for Weyburn inside their Weyburn blue line. Arbery knocked it away, did a good play. Here comes, he's offside. He'll leave the puck there. The Wings will get it back to center. Here comes Sale with a chance. Sale races in. Stop! Shoots it. Good save. Arbery will collect the rebound in the corner. Good chance again by the Wings there. Another good save by Finn Warner. Reed Arbery knocked off the play. Mounier gets it ahead to Morozov. Miller breaking up the ice. Miller alone. Can he finish it up? No, he can't. Stevens got the right pad down. Miller looking for another goal. A great burst of speed there. What a night he's having. Get Stevens, the Weyburn netminder, credit. He's come up with 3 huge saves here in the second period. 2 breakaways. Here's Miller again for Flin Flon. Big body check there by Doyle. The wing bench will cheer that one on. Meanwhile, Morozov takes off down the ice inside the Weyburn zone. He got spun around. Arbery in there after it. Puck comes free. Grab back of the Weyburn net here by Burgess. Back to Doyle at center. Doyle playing a lot of minutes here, but they do have some injuries on their back end. Oh, they had Breho wide open if they could have got it to him. Great job that time. I believe that was Bird that broke that up. Here's Bruce trying to get in, knocked away from him. That could have been a 3-on-0 there. Breho. Back to center ice. Burgess intercepts it, hits a skate. Picked up by Bird. Oh, he almost lost it. Sights was close, but Bird reacts and gets it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Puck bouncing everywhere. Burgess for the Wings has it. Rips out over top of the Bomber net. Picked up here by Pierce. Yakimchuk back of the goal. Lost the handle. Puck comes out front. Grabbed here by Bruce. We got a penalty, Mike Slett. Got a hooking call. I think Yakimchuk, the Bomber D-man, is going to go.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
He got caught deep, and it looked tired again to me there.
Yeah, Pierce was a little weak on the puck, and I wonder if he was tired. I wonder what Alexander went to the bench, and nobody looked at his skates. He's standing there.
Maybe he hurt his ankle.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, I think he's all right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Here we go. Now J-Rock is going to have a look at the skate. I noticed early that he was having some issues falling. And when you mentioned that zone, I thought, well, maybe your heart Rob's right. There's something wrong with the ice down there. But
Weyburn on the power play here for the fourth time. They're 1 for 3. They've got the puck at the Bomber blue line. That's Pierce. McIntyre can't hold it in. Bombers will shovel it out. Pierce once again races back to get it. And don't forget the Weyburn power play once again. Ranked 4th coming in tonight. 20.9% the Bomber penalty kill. Very good. Ranked 2nd only to Nipawin at 85%, but have given up 1 goal tonight. But played pretty effectively. DK will hold it in. DK has the power play goal. Nice job to keep it in, but now he turns it over for Sean. There's a breakaway chance now for Stitton. Stitton, a partial break down the right side. Hey, good! Shoots it. Good save. Stevens again. Stinton kind of got off course there, but still got a pretty good chance. Here comes Monroe the other way. Throws it out front. Great job that time by Mounier. Puck comes up front to Moldy. Blue line for Carmen. McIntyre back to Carmen. Shoots it. And that rips off a couple guys wide. Picked up by Fashon. He'll get it out. A minute to go in the Weyburn power play. 9:22 to play in the second period. It remains a 2-1 Flin Flon lead. This is Carmen. The stud Weyburn D-man dropped that one back to Burgess. Fired that into Sale. He can't pick it up. Buck grabbed here by Martin of Flin Flon, and they'll get it down the ice with 40 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. Good. Jim's Custom Doors and Window penalty kill this time for Flin Flon. The fourth of the night. Carmen again to retrieve the puck for the Wings in his blue line. Dropped it back to Pierce. I like that drop pass. Here's Pierce. Back to center. In across the Bomber line. Going wide. Throws it up. What a pass!
What a save.
Werner slides across and gets his glove on it. Great opportunity here. Wings have it again. This is McMichael. McMichael hangs on. Walks it. Throws it back out front. Knocked away by Ulmer. And that was a save. Somehow again through all that traffic. Werner able to jump up and get his glove on it. 3 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. Flin Flon will dump it in. That'll do it. Here comes Les Bronx racing after Bird. Weyburn 1 for 4 in the game. Puck comes back in front of the wing net. Lamir can't get there. Here come the Wings. Keller up the right side. Back across the Bomber line. Try to drop it off. He'll get it back.
There's 6 guys on the ice.
Weyburn's got 6 guys. They're going to get caught this time. Tony Mapes knows it. Not happy. 8:10 to go in the second period. Waiting for a media timeout, will they?
I think that's right now. I'm not sure, though. Don't quote me.
Anyway, a too many men on the ice penalty for sure. I think it is a media timeout, is it not? The goalies haven't left the ends yet. Bombers have called the guys over as they're getting ready for a big power play here. Tony Mapes having a word here with the referee. It is too many men on the ice against Weyburn. Flin Flon will go to the power play for the 3rd time tonight. Maybe they forgot about the media timeout. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Xavier Vauchon made the defensive play of the game, sliding in front of a pass going out in front of the net on that last Weyburn power play. I think we are having the media. Yeah, there it is.
We'll take a break. We're going to come back with the Arctic Beverages power play. Flin Flon in front 2-1, a chance to add to the lead if they can get something going with the extra attacker. This is Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes has 15 years experience in the North, specializing in RTM homes and foundations, and are also proud supporters of our community. They are so thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them all these years. Bailey Homes is always willing to chat with a potential customer to show what they can do for our community. Your trusted builder in the North. Visit bailey-homes.ca. Prime Rib Fridays are on at Chicken Chef. Cap off the work week with a tender 8-ounce prime rib with garlic mashed potatoes, a pillowy Yorkshire pudding, plus veggies, and a small vanilla sundae to boot. Chicken Chef is excited to offer this to you for just $33.33.
10 seconds.
Available after 4. Fridays are for prime rib and au jus at Chicken Chef, where it always feels like home.
And welcome back to Whitney Ford. The Bombers about to go back on the power play here for the 3rd time. Our Arctic Beverages power play contestant, Holly Babcock, gets her products at the Gateway. Good luck to Holly. A Flin Flon scores. So when a 12-pack of Gatorade water from your local Arctic Beverages dealer. Bombers will keep the bucket at the blue line. That's Fashon throwing it in deep. Of course, no Joey leaves again tonight. Leads the team with 12 power play goals, but they got lots of other weapons. Arbery, a chance there. Gets away from him. He has to go back to center. Arbery, by the way, second on the team with 6 power play goals. He's got the puck right now. Throws it ahead to Seitz. Seitz will take off inside the Weyburn zone. Gets it in deep. There's Ryder Muka. Try to come back out front. Knocked away. Wings get it down the ice. Werner comes out. Ottawa playing it up the ice, but Romolari got there, so he couldn't do it. Weyburn's got a very good penalty kill. Very aggressive. Arbery beats it back to Miller. He'll hammer that off the boards back inside the wing zone. Look out, referee goes down the corner, gets hit by the puck. He's tied up there in the corner. He gets back up, the play continues. Seitz will flip in the blue line. Flin Flon holds it in. Reed Arbery. Nifty move. Hangs on. Arbery. Can he finish up? No. Schrader tied him up perfectly. Back to the right point. Flin Flon will try to keep it in. They throw it out front. That one just went wide. Nuka. Along the boards. Chipped away. Picked up here by Schrader. Spins and fires. Off the boards. Back down the ice. 45 seconds remaining. In the Flin Flon power play. Pashon will retrieve the puck deep in Flin Flon territory. Sale waits for him in front of the Flin Flon net. He'll swing that pass ahead. Stinton in full flight down the left wing. Looking to take off across the Weyburn line. Gets in. Gets a shot away. It's wide. Bombers throw it back out front. Doyle intercepts it. Picked up by Alexander. Back on the ice. To the blue line again. Arbery in tight to Stinton. Try to come back out front. Puck bouncing. Off Arbery. Comes back to center. Flin Flon no shots on this power play. Running out of time. 13 seconds to go. Stinton, look out. Almost gave the puck away to Sale. But he recovered very well. Arbery down again. Or sorry, that's Alexander. That'll do it for the power play. Boy, great penalty killing again by Weyburn. Not a single shot there, Mike, for the Bombers. They had the one chance, but they missed the net. There's Ward. Deep in the zone, throws it back in the zone net. Mounier will work that to Martin. Try to chip it ahead. Knocked on by Martin of the Wings. Flin Flon does get it back. Sam Ward to center. He'll take off across the Weyburn line, brings it in. Nice pass up front. Lalamier! And he gets tied up and goes down. Wings get 3 away the other way. Here they come back across the Bomber blue line offside. Burgess will bring it. But I think both guys were offside, both Pierce. And I believe Burgess as well. Burgess brought the puck up. Pierce got caught. And so the other Weyburn forward. 5.5 to go, but a good penalty kill here by the Wings.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a barn burner of a period, Rob. Bombers looking a lot better than they did at the end of the first and at the beginning of the second, and Weyburn still flying out there.
Shots are 7-5. Flin Flon the second. They're leading 21-16 so far in the game. Burgess at center ice. Couple guys fall down, including Yakimchuk. Here comes Pierce for the Wings. He'll throw it towards the Bomber net. Werner will make the save. He'll put his glove on that, try to play it, but the whistle will go.
That was a very quick whistle.
Yeah, same thing as last night. I guess they want to avoid any type of confrontations with the goaltender.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Out of town tonight, Yorkton has scored, but they're still down 2-1 against Melville in the third period. Kindersley a 3-1 lead on the Mustangs late in the second. Laurent Stiff went home even at 3 late in the second period. Warman Battleford 4-4 in the second, and Estevan Humboldt 1-1 late in the second as well. All barn burners across the SJHL on a McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard, and of course a lot of playoff implications. Flin Flon in front here, 2-1. Lalamier for the Bombers at center. He'll dump it in. There's Carmen looking around. Lalamier followed him into the boards. Puck went back to the net. Bird knocked down that time by L'Esperance. Moldy in there as well, trying to work it free. Good work here by L'Esperance, not giving up an inch at all. Keller will pick it up for the Wings. He'll get a couple chances. And he'll play that one back to Carmen. Carmen to center. Lifts that one ahead this time, looking for Keller. He'll pick it up deep in Flin Flon territory. A couple Bombers jump on him. Here's L'Esperance. Poked it ahead. And redirected outside the zone that time here by Martin. There's McMichael here for the Wings. Throws that one back in deep. Monroe after it. Swatted away from him. L'Esperance up the boards. Tied up there by McMichael. Bombers dig it free. Goes back of the net. Bruce poked that one ahead. Buck will come back to wing side of center. Pierce will play it ahead, but right on Bruce's stick. He's got it. Bruce gets it back in tight. Pierce intercepted it. That one hit Breho. Breho comes back at center ice. Here's Seitz. Back to Yakimchuk. Yakimchuk tried to back that one ahead. It'll roll towards the front of the Weyburn net. Kicked away that time by Stevens. Rebound played ahead for Sale. Oh, great play by Yakimchuk to break this one up. Comes back to Seitz. Across the line. Hangs on. Ripped it wide. Great play by Yakimchuk, who wants to get off for a change here. Puck hit a skate. Rolled back to Bomber blue line. Holmes makes a good beeline on this one. Ahead to Seitz. Across the Weyburn line. Hangs on. Nice pass out front. Breho. Off the tip of his stick. They'll throw it back in deep. Seitz back of the net. Left point. Breho. Back along for Seitz. Wings will box them out pretty good. Nothing really open in the middle of the ice. That's how they do it. Breho hit hard back to that time by Martin. Puck laying there. And scooped up this time by Pierce. Pierce gets it ahead to Romolari. And he'll dump that one back in. 3:15 remaining in the second period. Here comes Pashan for Flin Flon. Nice pass to Alexander. Like a torpedo walked in, and he rips it wide stick side. Alexander looking pretty good for a guy who hasn't played a game in several weeks. Pashan poked off his stick. Here's Carmen. Feeds it back to Pierce at center. Pierce, good move there. Across the bomber line. Hey, it's on! Ripped it over top of the net. Alexander will chop at that one. Fanned on it. Doyle holds it in, throws it out front. Stitton gets it back. Here's Wyatt Stitton, the center. Across the Weyburn line. Wanted to drop that one back to Ulmer, but broke it up that time by Carmen. Puck squirts free. Grabbed by Stitton, hangs on, makes a good move. Stitton, chance off the pipe! Off the pipe, it almost was 3-1, but it goes off the crossbar. Play continues up the ice for Weyburn. Oh, Stitton, a beautiful move. He's got the puck again. Catch the wings on a change, maybe. Dropped it back to Mounier. Good move at center, flipped it back in. Knocked down here by the wings. Pierce fanned on it, but got the puck out. Flin Flon will chip it in. Here comes the Weyburn netminder Stevens. He'll play it up the boards. Arbery knocked it down. Chance it from Miller, trying to feed it out front to Morozov. That got knocked away. Wings will fire it off the boards. Icing against them. It's a good pressure by Flin Flon, Mike, late in the second period. Wyatt Stitton, a goal post away from making it a 2-goal hockey game.
Wyatt Stitton, it's just a phenom here in Flin Flon. Rob, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
You know what? If I said I don't care, would that be a bad answer?
No, you know what? I'm with you, but you know who's a huge Seattle Seahawks fan? Charlie Schritt.
Oh, really? You never told me that.
When I say huge, I mean fanatical.
I don't know. I can't really get into either team.
No, I can't either.
But it should be a good game. Yakimchuk for the blue line. On target. Look out off the top of the glove that time. As Stevens didn't miss by much. Wings get it back. Here comes Keller. Across the bottom line. Hangs on. That one got blocked by Bruce. Moldy will pick this one up. Fed it back. Arbery tried to poke it out. He does. Great work here by Arbery. He's got Morozov racing with him. Trying to feed it out front. Good job there by Arbery. Good hard work there by him. Looked it back out front. Morozov's backhander goes wide. Yakimchuk will pick it up. Yakimchuk back of the net. Fights off a check. Here's Yakimchuk leaving it back of the net for Lesperance. Lesperance spinning away, using some of his speed. Good pressure by the Bombers again, trying to get that second goal if they can. Working hard, Arbery again back to the goal. Blue line, it goes for Holmes. Hangs on, one-timer, Yakimchuk scores! Off Lesperance and in! It's a 3-1 Flin Flon lead. I guess you're going to say it's Yakimchuk's goal, but I want to see the replay on this. It hit somebody in front. I thought it hit Lesperance.
I did too.
Boy, they're good with these replays. They get them up there so quickly. Anyway, here's the chance here. We'll see they're slowing it down. Maybe it hits a Weyburn guy.
It did. I'm pretty sure it did.
Beautiful shot by Yakimchuk. He just lets her rip. And I think it did hit the Weyburn player. It is Yakimchuk's goal. Outstanding job on those replays, guys. That was beautiful.
What a great job on those replays. That's almost NHL caliber over there, boys.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Yakimchuk scores. And for him,
Flin Flon Bomber.
That is his sixth of the year. That's a big goal for Flin Flon, who's been pressing here the last couple of minutes. They come back again. Right back inside the Weyburn zone. There's Newcomb back. Then he's had a good game tonight, like Mike Slip indicated earlier on. Bombers working the goal line, throwing away here. You don't want to get the goal right back to Weyburn if you can. Holmes is back. Have to be careful. A couple of guys on him. Off the board. Lesperance gets that in from Lamere. They're going to say it was hit with a glove pass.
Yakimchuk.
And they'll blow it down, but a big goal here for Flin Flon late in the second period.
Huge goal. I was thinking it could be, well, we still could. I mean, this is far from over. But I was thinking, here we go, another overtime game.
A lot of hockey still to go here tonight.
We're a long ways away, you're right.
I'd never count a Weyburn team out of the game.
No.
Face off outside the Weyburn blue line. Wings win the face off. This is Carmen. Trying to play that one ahead. Ulmer knocked it down, trying to come back out front. Briho takes a high stick here. Penalty coming up against the Wings late in the second period. So Flin Flon going to get another chance with the extra attacker here late. As Briho takes a stick up high. It's a 4-minute penalty, too. 4-minute minor going to be called here.
Yeah, he's cut.
Yeah, he is.
He's going straight to the dressing room. I think he's got him in the, maybe, I don't know, maybe the nose.
So penalty going to be handed out here against Bird, the Weyburn D-man, and Flin Flon to go to the power play here for the 4th time tonight. Another Arctic Beverages power play winner. We should mention we do have one of those tonight. Congratulations again for Robert Koska, as he'll get himself a 12-pack of Gatorade water.
I got to try that.
I haven't tried it yet either, but I hear it's really, really good. Randy Matz are going to be our our Arctic Beverages power play contestant.
Perfect for you and I, Rob, sugar-free. From what I understand.
Well, I get plenty of sugar in other ways.
Me too.
Weyburn Redwings.
Anyway, Randy gets his products in the Creighton Petrol can. Good luck to him. He's at the game here tonight, by the way. Enjoying what he's seeing, I'm sure. 18 seconds remaining in the period. Flin Flon on the power play. Double minor again to Bird. Dug free by Pierce. He'll get a couple of chances, and he will. Oh, it hits somebody in the bomber bench. So Flin Flon's going to get a break here.
Power plays.
And they're going to get a face-off back inside the Weyburn zone with 10 seconds on the clock.
Les Bronze took that one. Charlie checking him out. I think he's okay.
Face off back inside the Weyburn zone. Shots are now 22-16. Flin Flon. The Bombers out shooting the wings here 8-5. Not a ton of shots either way here in the second. They're really tight checking. Bombers win the draw. A shot picked up by Moldy. Puck is flipped out. Miller will jump on it. Fired it back in. Stevens to save, and he's going to hang on. Newcomb got it tapered off, so they will let a couple seconds make their way down. And Flin Flon will take a 3-1 lead to the locker room. Huge goal by the D-man, Pierce Yakimchuk late the second. We'll take a quick break, come back with the second intermission for the North of 53 Co-op, including the North Grand Ford second period scoring summary. Once again here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
There are many reasons to get new furniture, but if you need some help convincing yourself, Creighton Furniture is there to show you some
5, including this one,
items that may just scream you.
Okay.
Furniture is the backdrop to our lives, for sitting and sleeping, but also to express our sense of style. And as our needs change, so should our furniture. You can stop teasing yourself with pictures of someone else's stuff. Drop into Creighton Furniture today and get some drool-worthy pieces of your own. They're here, they're local, and they have it all. Creighton Furniture, make it your first stop.
Every show binged, eating 8 times a day, and walls are starting to ramble at you? This is Cabin Fever, and it's time for Shane's. How about picking up a new acoustic skill with a new crisp guitar or a booming drum set? Or bring those big family game nights back with a new game for any age. Stop the walls from talking to you and beat down Cabin Fever with selection unlike any other. Shane's at the Atinikay Mall will beat those indoor season Cabin Fever blues. Take charge. Head to Shane's at the Atinikay Mall.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league.
10 seconds.
They provide you with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. Flin Flon Bombers a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the second period scoring summary. Just the one goal, and it came with only 1 minute remaining in the second period. At the 19-minute mark, it was Yakimchuk, a nice shot from the blue line. 6th of the year, redirected off one of the wings out front. No chance there for the Weyburn netminder here tonight. Stevens, it bounced off him and in. A lot of traffic in front of the net. That's a big goal for Flin Flon as they score. Reed Arbery, the lone assist on that one. They give them a little bit more insurance coming up for the third tonight. Shots in the second period. 9-5 Flin Flon. Not a lot of shots either way. Tight checking out there. Flin Flon a 2-period total of 23. The Wings a 2-period total of 16. And I got Weyburn 1 for 4 on the power play so far. Flin Flon 1 for 3. And obviously a big 3.5 minutes of that double minor for the Bombers to start things off in the third here tonight.
Yeah, it was a good period of hockey. The Bombers, again, started out a little slow, but boy, they charged back. It was end-to-end, some great saves by Finn Werner. the Weyburn netminder, not a ton of shots, but he made a couple of really good ones, and one just off the corner of his blocker, and just a good, solid hockey game so far, Rob, I think.
I would say so, and like I said, tight checking.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a lot of space out there, and that's the Red Wings' one goal. They've done a nice job of getting in front of that net. The Bombers a little more freestyle out there, with the skating that they're capable of, the Wyatt Stintons and players like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this next period.
Well, like I said, the big thing is that 3.5-minute double minor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be big. The Bombers should come out really flying for this next period.
Well, and they get that big goal, like we said, Reed Arbery, a lot of hard work there down low. They get it back out front to Jakubchuk, who's not 100% healthy either, but the trooper that he is, he's in there battling away tonight with obviously some other big injuries. Both these teams, unfortunately, missing some pretty good players, but I think that's just, unfortunately, in today's day and age in hockey, not many nights in any league you see a team with a completely healthy lineup anymore.
Yeah, I totally agree, but how we mentioned how this is a different Flin Flon Bomber team. They're so deep that we say it every night that there's guys sitting out that could play on any team at any time, and including they could play with the Flin Flon Bombers anytime. So, they've had a lot of injuries of some really good players, but the guys next man up have been very strong, and they haven't missed a beat. So I'm really impressed with this edition of the Flin Flon Bombers.
Couldn't agree more. Again, the lone goal, Jakubchuk 6 from Arbery at the 19-minute mark. Flin Flon a 3-1 lead and have been indestructible when they led after 40 minutes of play this year. The Flin Flon Bombers a perfect 28-0 when they led after 40 minutes of play. When the Wings trail after 2 this year, their record 3-13-1, but again a 2-goal deficit. They certainly have guys that can score, and I, for one, looking forward to a very entertaining third period tonight. We'll take one more break. We'll come back with the Weyburn play-by-play man, Dylan Fiesel. We'll see how he sees things in this weekend set. And, of course, all in all the terrific playoff races, of course, happening right across the SJHL. Dylan Fiesel will join us next. More coming up with the second intermission for the Co-op, and it's right here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
The famous chicken sandwich only at KFC.
Okay, did you want the intermission one as well? Because that would be 3.
Not only does KFC have the famous chicken sandwich, but now for a limited time, the new Maggie Melt sandwich, featuring a buttermilk marinated triple breaded filet layered with cheese sauce and sweet caramelized onions. Enjoy on its own or in a box meal. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
Only at KFC. So good.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more,
10 seconds.
Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
Welcome our second intermission. Dylan Fiesel, the play-by-play voice of the Weyburn Redwings, will join us here tonight. Dylan, boy, I know that you always get pumped up about this trip to Flin Flon, in particular with the success that Weyburn's had in this rink. They almost pulled it off again last night, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like playoffs have started all the way at the start of February, so it's fantastic to see. I mean, Flin Flon, undefeated here at the Whitney Forum. The Red Wings, though, have played them well last year and this year as well, so anytime these two teams can match up, it's a shame tonight's the final one of the regular season, because I'd love to see these two teams duke it out for the rest of the year. It's fantastic.
They might get a chance to playoffs. A lot of people think they could be the final 2 teams standing, but as you and I know, there's a lot of good teams this year. And Flin Flon and Weyburn, to take nothing away from them, they are 2 of the top teams, but a lot of teams, I think, feel that they can win it this year. And, you've been part of the SJHL now for the last few years, and we always talk about parity. I don't know. I think you've got 5 or 6 teams that are legitimately there.
Oh, totally. I mean, last year the parity was good, and it's getting even better. You look at Flin Flon, Battleford, Nipawin, Weyburn, Yorkton, Estevan. Any one of those teams are going to be tough to beat in a playoff series round. So it just shows how great this league is, the skill that's on any given team. And in a 7-game series, anything can happen. And I think that's the beauty about junior A hockey, and especially the SJHL, is that any one of these, there's very few favorites, especially when it comes to the playoffs, just because all these teams are so good. So it's great to see.
The one thing that Weyburn's been able to do, and we talk about the success against Flin Flon, the success of this building, mentally a little bit stronger. And I mentioned this with Cody, and I, of course, had a chance to talk to you many times last year. They don't come in, a lot of teams come in here, and I think I have the sense they just want to get in here and get out. Weyburn comes in here thinking, we can win. We're going to show them what we can do as well. This team, I think, prepares for Flin Flon differently than a lot of other teams do, and I think that's why they've had the success that they've had. I mean, even going into the semifinal last year, Weyburn was the underdog. They did not think that they were the underdog, and they jumped out. They won the first 2 games here and kind of took off. I mean, their mindset coming here, they think they can win.
For sure. I mean, you relish these types of matchups. I know these Weyburn guys, that they look forward to this trip every year. Anytime they can face off against the Bombers, because they know they're a good team, and you want that measuring stick. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And over the last couple of years, the Bombers have been right there with some of the best teams in the league. So they relish this opportunity to come to the Whitney Forum and get the chance to take down the Bombers in their barn. I mean, something that no other team has done this regular season. So it's, these guys look forward to this trip. They don't shy away from the challenge at all, and I think it kind of speaks, like you said, to that mental toughness and fortitude of this team that, hey, we're right there. We're just as good as any other team, and we're going to show it. So it's, for this Weyburn crew, said anytime they can travel on the road, they kind of get away from the home eyes, and they like playing the villain a little bit. They like, silencing the crowd. So I think they kind of take a little bit of pride in that, and hopefully tonight that could be the case, but of course we'll see.
Last night was such a great hockey game. I think I can't think of any duds between these two teams at all the last few years. How about you yourself personally? You came up to Flin Flon for the first time last year. What was your thoughts when you walked to the Whitney Forum? What's your thoughts on obviously one of the biggest shrines in all of hockey?
Yeah, I mean, just fantastic. Last year was the first time I got the chance to see this rink.
And I know you were really pumped up and excited to come up here.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, to see the history of the Flin Flon Bombers, such a storied franchise throughout the years, and the chance to come up here, and you hear about the atmosphere. Everybody had told me, hey, you're going to enjoy calling a game up at the Whitney Forum, and then to be able to experience that was really cool. And ever since then, I've really appreciated coming up here to Flin Flon, calling a game between two really good teams and taking in the atmosphere, because it's always an electric barn in here, and it's just so much fun. So like I said, it's a shame that these two teams only face off 4 times a year in each barn, because it said I would take a few more trips up here for sure.
Weyburn had a lethal squad last year. What's your thoughts? Are you a little bit surprised? I mean, they lost their top 6 scorers from last year. Lost their goalie, Angelo Zoll. Let's face it, he comes back this year an absolute stud. I mean, he's the best goalie in BC right now. Obviously he was a big part, I think, of the series win against the Bombers last year. What's your thoughts? Have they gone beyond expectation for you?
I think in a way yes, but in a way no, because I think what Cody Mapes has done with this crew, and the fact that they rely a lot on their depth, and it's a huge next man up mentality. The fact that, hey, you want your top guys to be your guys, but you need to have a good 3rd and 4th line, a good 3rd pairing defense.
Alford's shown us that the last couple of years, haven't they?
Oh, totally. I mean, you look at any team that's had success in the SJHL, you got to have 4 lines, you got to have 3 D pairs, and you got to be ready to roll them. And I think for Cody Mapes and this Weyburn crew, that's what they've kind of been able to rely on, the fact that, hey, we lost a lot of high-end talent last year in the DK and Maharaj and Ruthven and all them, but you get to still have guys like Schmid and Sale and McIntyre come up.
The other DK?
The other DK, come up and fill those top 6 roles, but also you have a good solid 3rd, 4th line that you can roll out. Not a lot of teams have that kind of luxury, and that's something that Cody Mapes certainly prides himself on.
You mentioned Cody Mapes. I mean, this guy has done a tremendous job with this program. I think the thing I really respect about Weyburn, they get better every year. And I mean, you mentioned all those guys that aren't there, but maybe more of a balanced team, kind of like Flin Flon this year. I mean, the Bombers, who expected them to be where they are this year? I tell you what, I certainly didn't. But Mike Reagan's done a magnificent job once again. But I think Cody, maybe a guy might be a little bit underrated. Very, very good coach. And like I said, in my opinion, I think his team improves every year.
For sure. And I mean, when you talk about the best coaches in this league, they do a good job of building the culture of the organization. I mean, Mike Reagan in this Bomber squad. They've always been good. You know, for a long time, you look at Trevor Blevins in Melfort and Cody Mapes here in Weyburn. They really pride themselves on building that culture of, hey, everybody pull in the same direction. You know, making sure that not one guy is above everybody else. We all got to buy in, and that's how you can really get success, is when everybody's pulling the sleigh in the same direction. And I think that's why this year, especially, you see so many teams that are so good, is because they've you know, modeled that after, you know, Blevins and Melfort and Reagan here and Cody Mapes. They understand that, hey, you got to build a full culture, and that's everywhere, you know, from the players on the ice to the fans to everything. So it's a really big part, and I think that's something that Mapes has done in his time in Weyburn, and you know, since coming here, he's continually gotten better and better, and his team's had more and more success. So it's a great formula, and it seems to be working.
Great point. How about you? How did you get interested in broadcasting?
Well, I was always a big fan of broadcasting growing up, you know, watching Hockey Night in Canada. I used to listen to Bob Cole, Jim Hewson, watching hockey all the time. I kind of didn't think that was a job for me. I kind of thought that was more of a pipe dream. But, you know, grew up as a farm kid. My sister was in broadcasting, and she's like, you've always been a good talker. What if you know, went into sports broadcasting? And okay, well, I'll give it a whirl, and got into radio. Started down in Weyburn a couple of years ago, and that first season they're like, hey, we're looking for a play-by-play broadcaster. You think you could do it? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Give me an inch, I'll take a mile with it. So it's been fun over the last couple of years, you know, learning, getting to meet everybody, you know, meet so many fans and players and people, broadcasters like yourself. I mean, it's just such an honor, and something I definitely don't take for granted, and I love learning and advancing and trying to be better than I was yesterday.
I'll tell you what, you and your partner do a wonderful job. Country 106 at Weyburn, I highly recommend that people listen to this young man and his broadcasts. Very, very good. Dylan, thanks for your time. Good luck to you in the Wings, and who knows, maybe we'll see you in the playoffs again this year.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, Rob. Thank you.
Well, there he is, Dylan Fiesel, the great play-by-play man for the Weyburn Redwings. We'll take one last break, come back with the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard, and, of course, get set for a big third period tonight. Bombers once again in front of Weyburn 3-1. A big insurance goal here at the end of the frame from Pierce Yakimchuk has given the Bombers a 2-goal lead here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
The North of 53 Co-op is not just a building, cardlock, or a food store. It's a group of people working together to help their neighbors build our community. The North of 53 Co-op is a different kind of business. It's built by you and for you. Co-ops are found all across Western Canada, but the North of 53 Co-op offers the products and services needed by us. That's why it's not just a catchphrase, it's a fact. At the North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Getting your life in order can be difficult, but sometimes a little advice can go a long way. Join us right here on 102.9 CFAR every weekday morning at 9:45 for Intelligence for Your Life. From brain hacks for better memory and effective morning routines to cutting-edge exercise habits, tips on getting a better night's sleep, and more. Get a step ahead with Intelligence for Your Life. Brought to you by Can Aqua, Beach Electric, and the Flin Flon Credit Union on 102.9 CFAR.
And the two teams, well, Flin Flon's on the ice. Weyburn coming up here momentarily. Quickly, the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Like we said, some big games right across the SJHL. And how tight it's been, or how tight it is, it's going to be pretty much like this night in, night out until we get to the playoffs, but they're not very far away. Yorkton's come back to tie things up against Melville. 2-2 in the third period. Tinnersley leads Melfort 4-2 in the third. Nipwood has taken the lead against Laurens 4-3 heading into the third period. Warman, bit of a surprise on top of Battleford 5-4 after 2, and Humboldt Estevan remain tied in the third period, sitting at 1. All the games in Manitoba after after 2 tonight. Dauphin a 2-0 lead on the Winnipeg Monarchs. The Blues lead the Blizzard 2-0. No score, Burton Niverville. Whitler ahead of Swan Valley 4-0. And Steinbeck a 2-0 lead on Portage. 1 bronze medal for Canada. The Cortina Olympics are underway. A bronze medal in ladies street skating today. Big win for the Canadian ladies hockey team. Firing 60 shots on Switzerland, blanking them 4-0. Canadian men against Czechia. February the 12th. We're underway here with the third period. Here's Vachon for Flin Flon. Dropped it back to Arbery. Here's the pass up the right side. Miller walks in, shoots it. That one got blocked. Rebound picked up and fired into the Weyburn bench. I should mention some local basketball scores. The Hatlott Senior Kings and Queens and the JV Queens all on the road. The JV Queens were perfect. Lost, unfortunately, the final to Sister today, 59-41. The senior girls, they won their tournament as they beat Portage in the final, 60-57. Congratulations to both those teams on great weekends. Face off inside the Weyburn zone. Miller digging in there, wins the draw, gets it back to Vachon. Hangs on, shoots it. That one goes to the corner. Arbery, or make that Muka back to the net. Seitz will poke it back to Arbery. He assisted on that third goal. Feeds it back to Vachon. Side of the goal again here for Muka. Won't shoot it. Back to Vachon. Flin Flon, of course, on that double minor penalty, like we mentioned. Seitz back up, right backdoor. Muka fired it wide. Oh, a great setup there. He just missed. Puck is picked up and fired outside the zone that time by McNichol. So the double minor continues. 2:48 remaining. And just underway in the third period. Flin Flon a chance to give themselves a little bit more breathing room. Here's Stinton up the left side. Slides that back out front here for Alexander. He'll flip it to the blue line. Ward waited for it. Knocked it down, fed it back to Morozov. Had to be careful, had Moldy on top of him. Stinton dropped it there for Morozov. Tried to come back out front. Grabbed and hammered down the ice on target. Werner the save. He'll corral the rebound, and he better be careful because here comes Roma Larry. Ward will pick it up. Swings that pass ahead to Stinton. He finds Morozov back across the Weyburn line out front. Stinton back out front. There's a chance. Oh, wide open net again, and Martin can't shovel it in. Here's Morozov. In the corner for Stinton. Overstated it. Puck intercepted it. 2 great chances there, Mike, and the Bombers come up empty.
Yeah, it was close.
They'll try again. They'll have to work it off from square one. Sam Ward back of the Bomber net. He'll hang on up the middle. Seitz can't pick it up. Broken up here by Carmen. And the puck gets kicked to center. Miller tried to poke that one ahead. Pierce took it from him. Pierce, couple nifty moves, lost his footing, but Carmen will jump in there. And he'll feed it back in the Flin Flon zone. A minute and a half to go in the double minor penalty. Just underway in the third, a 3-1 Flin Flon lead. Some good chances to the PP, but have not been able to convert so far. Here comes Miller. Hammers that one in deep for Seitz. Picked it up back of the net. He's pinned up there by Carmen. Martin, the Weyburn D-man, jumped in there as well. Puck is shoveled in deep. Here's Vachon. Taps that in for Muka. Muka does have a goal tonight. His 60th of the year, a career high. But he can't hang on. Burgess has got it for the Wings. He'll dispose of the puck down the ice. A minute to go in the double minor penalty. Flin Flon in danger, going 1 for 4 in the game. Here's the pass to Martin. Martin quickly across the Weyburn line. He'll hang on to it. There's Martin trying to come back out front. Play broken up. Well, they had a chance to get McIntyre in the clear, but they'll play it ahead of him. They'll get it down the ice. Werner will play it to the boards. Picked up by Morozov. His backhander finds Stinton. Stinton quickly across the Weyburn line. Trying to come back out front. Up under the glove and grabbed and hung on to here by Stevens. Bombers' first shot on net here in this period. They've had some tremendous chances, but have missed.
Yeah.
Blank range on 2 of them.
Yeah, they haven't had a chance to set up. This Weyburn Red Wing team doesn't allow for it, and but they have had a couple of great chances, just wide open nets and the puck bouncing, and just couldn't get a handle on it.
Stinton wins the draw. Back to Sam Ward. Here's a shot. Blocked the puck. There's a chance and against it. Ripped it over top of the net. Stevens doesn't have his stick. Alexander spins away, tries to come back out front. Wings can't clear. They'll get a chance now. It's going to be a 2-on-1 short-handed. McNichol hangs on to it, trying to come back up front. Ward got a piece but to break it up. 10 seconds remaining in the Flin Flon power play. Here's the pass too far for Alexander. That'll be an icing call against Flin Flon. And another close call.
Yeah, Stinton, he did a great job of getting back. He was on his horse there. He was really flying, Rob, to tie his guy up. He had him beat initially, but Stinton just won the foot race.
16:29 to go. Third period, a 3-1 Flin Flon lead. Just 3 seconds remaining in the power play. The Weyburn penalty kill very good again. And they get a face-off in the offensive zone as Sale will line up for the draw here against the Bombers' Jack Martin. Bombers win the draw, but Sale will go back to that. That's going to do it for the power play. We're back to 5 aside. And Bird is out there for the double minor. And Alexander's got the puck as he takes off the ice. Rips that on target. Good 16 made that time by Stevens. Flin Flon 1 for 4 on the power play here tonight. And they're 1 for 9 in the 2 games. And the league's best power play coming in, like we mentioned, it's 26%. They were 11 for 21 on that road trip last week, almost 50%, or 9 for 21 rather. Just under 50%, which is remarkable on the road. But the Weyburn penalty kill has been very good here these 2 games. Here's Mounier. Feeds that pass to Briho. Drilled off the play by Pierce, but Lalamier has it. Tried to get to the high slot. Lalamier will tap that one in for L'Esperance. He's pinned up along the boards. Dug free by Bird. Knocked to the ice. Flin Flon holds it in. L'Esperance can't grab a hold of it. There's DK. He's got the Weyburn goal tonight. Flin Flon takes it from him. Back to blue line to Holmes. He'll get rid of it to Mounier. His shot blocked. Picked up and fired off the glass that time by Pierce. Almost made its way out. L'Esperance and Briho take a run at DK. He didn't like that. And then we're going to get a penalty here in behind the play.
Might be against one of these.
Referee, the second referee down in the Bombers zone. He signaled.
It's going to be against the Bombers, I think.
Looks like it, yeah. What's he signaling here? Maybe not. Well, he's kind of signaling a penalty. Doesn't look like it. Miller to take the face-off here outside the Weyburn blue line. He'll line up against DK. Morozov, Miller, and Arbery are the forward group. Yakubchuk, who's got that big goal in the back end here with Bruce. 3-1 Flin Flon leads it. It's underway the third period. Here's a quick pass down to Miller. Trying to get up the middle. Puck will roll in the front of the Weyburn net. And Stevens will smother that. And he'll hang on with 15:04 to go in the third. Not a bad crowd here tonight. Of course, the Bombers on the road next weekend in Kindersley. And will return the following weekend for a pair of games against the Melville Millionaires. Kindersley and Melville both fighting for that last. You're going to be seeing a lot of desperate hockey teams here the next little while.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the 50-50, again, another great job by Tanya Benoit and her staff. $9,500 almost. They do a great job.
Face off in the wing zone, left to Stevens, who may not be able to give up another goal tonight if Weyburn's going to come back and pull this one out. Carmen off the glass will get it back to center. That's grabbed by Holmes. Ripped it back in. Carmen has it. Played that back to Martin. Intercepted by Morozov at center. He'll rip it in. Carmen had to be careful. Arbery tried to get in tight on him. Got free. Here's McIntyre. Nice foot pass. Grabbed by Moldy. He finds Keller. Back to Moldy. Moldy. There's a chance. Martin off the right shoulder. Good save that time by Werner, but what a nice setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Finn Werner's playing a good, sneaky good game. I mean, he's only had one. I think that was probably 2 shots now, but he just some good, solid saves, and I've said it a couple of times, he's had to fight through traffic, and that was a hard shot that he took off the shoulder.
That's really nifty passing play there. A couple nice drop passes. Weyburn can make things happen very, very quickly. They get a face-off in the Flin Flon zone. They win the draw. They'll dump it in back of the Bomber net. There's Bruce after it. Flin Flon will play it back. It comes out. Pierce will knock it down on his side of center. Weyburn goes back to work. There's a chance now. They cut it. There's a chance. Werner, the nice save as he stands tall along the right side, able to kick that one out. Great opportunity by good opportunity by Romaleri, who had, of course, that big goal last night. Flin Flon. Puck is sent out by Bruce. Pierce is going to have to hurry. Goes back in his own zone. Played it off the board. Bruce knocked it down. Bruce walking in. Throws it out front. Scores! Gets in by Martin. What a play by Brayden Bruce to knock it down. He walks in. Looks like he wants to shoot it. He notices Jack Martin right out front there, Mike Sweat. And hopefully we'll get a look on the replay here because that was an absolutely beautiful goal. play again. Bruce knocked it down. Look at he's taking shot, but then look at that nice deceptive pass. Jack Martin redirects it in. What a goal, and what a play by Braden Bruce. We talked about him earlier tonight. Not the flashiest guy, Mike, but he's
having a great game.
Very nice addition for Flin Flon this year.
Yeah, he's having a very good game.
That's a big one for the Bombers. Come back and score again as they get a back down front. That's back in. Well, the Bombers, Alexander, they get the fifth one. And they'll get that one in deep, and he gets up front able to jam it in. And right off the face-off, it's sent in here by Moody. I love these replays. And he just cut the front end, able to shovel that backhander past the goaltender, Stevens. And the Bombers score a couple of quick goals here in the third period and have opened things up and have taken a 5-1 lead. That's going to come at the 6:10 mark. Alexander making his presence felt as he gets back in uniform here tonight. Haven't seen him for a while, like we mentioned. But for Alexander, that is his 11th of the year. They're just announcing the Martin goal now. But Flin Flon are front 5-1, and they get it back to Ward. He'll rip that one wide. The Bombers with obviously quite a bit of momentum after that goal. Here's White sticking back to that, trying to get free. Moldy will try to knock him off the play. There's Stinton spinning away along the wall. Moldy has a hold of him. He picked him up along the boards. The Flon will hold it in. We have a skirmish happening in behind the play. That was Bird, the D-man. He had Ulmer down on the ice. Bird gets free, plays it outside the zone. Up comes to center. Picked up by Moldy. Big hit there. Now we got something else. Look at that. The Bombers have lost a guy in there. That's Moldy. He gets out. They put Moldy right up at the players' bench. And he got out of there really quickly. Good thing for the Bombers. They didn't take any liberties on him, or that would have been penalty.
I think they did take some liberties.
He got out of there pretty quick. Here's Mooney now, having a conversation here face-to-face here with Martin, the two D-men. I'm not sure what that's all about. They got tied up maybe in behind the play.
Ended up friendly.
Penalty's going to be handed out here. Landon Alexander going to go for Flin Flon. And the Wings are going to send a player to the box as well. That's Schrader.
I'm not sure why the Weyburn player went off.
Neither am I, but boy, it's been...
it looks like he might have got... unless they haven't put the... No, there we go.
Presidential minors both ways. I'll try to get the officials on the goals here that happened bang, bang. To start the third period, Martin scoring at the 6:02 mark, and Flin Flon came back 8 seconds later. Martin getting his 12th. Bruce the lone assist. And then Alexander 8 seconds later, he's got his 11th. Ulmer and Stinton, the assists on that one. Well, goals 8 seconds apart, and Flin Flon's taking a 5-1 lead here in the third period. Here come the Wings trying to get back on track. The drop pass to DK. He's got the Weyburn goal tonight. He'll zigzag across the line. Now it's knocked away from him. Wings got to go back on their side of center. Romolari across the line, throws it out. Funny, and Pierce cut in the front of the net. Just off the tip of his stick. Sykes for Flin Flon will try to flip it out. Taken away by Martin, the Weyburn D-man. He dropped it back there, and Romolari will have to work his way back to center, and once again, he'll get rid of it. Bird leaves it there for McIntyre, and again, another drop pass. Scooped up here by Monroe. Monroe dropped it back for Bird. Looked like he's going to get set for a shot. Nuka took it back, but Bird gets it back again. It's a good shot, and Werner got the pad down along the left post to kick that one out. Monroe gets the rebound. 4-on-4 hockey. The Wings getting some good looks here. Keeping the puck deep inside the Flin Flon zone. McIntyre after it. Digs it free. Back up front to Carmen. A chance. Didn't miss by much. Puck laying at the side of the Bomber net, and that's knocked free this time by McIntyre. There's Nuka. Leaves it back of the Bomber net, picked up by Seitz. He'll leave it there for Pashon. Monroe will chase him. Here comes Pashon. To center. Hangs on. Lifts it inside the Weyburn zone. Stevens waited for it. Lost it back to the over. A chance. Fired that up the side of the net. 8 seconds away from getting back to 5-on-5. Here's Ward. Fanned on it. Puck set to the blue line and out. Mounier will knock it down in his line. Laid that one ahead here for Briho. Look out, Ward runs into Ulmer. Briho back to get it, back to 5 aside. Flin Flon, though, a couple of big goals and taking a 5-1 lead. Here's the pass to Mounier. Mounier for the Bombers to center. Across the Weyburn line, he'll carry it in. Stocks, fires, Stevens is there. And he'll make the save on the knuckleball and hang on. But boy, 2 big goals, 8 seconds apart here in the third period. That put Flin Flon in front 5-1.
Yeah. Bombers looking really good and beating the Red Wings to the puck there on both those goals. The second one, the Weyburn defense sort of left their post. And the Bombers were able to get in there and get that rebound.
Off the face-off in the Weyburn zone, that's Pierce. Penalty coming up here. We're going to get a slashing call.
Offensive zone again, Rob.
And that's Les Brock. The second time he's taken an offensive zone penalty in the game. I guess with a 4-goal lead, they may not panic as much as it is in a 1-goal lead, but he takes the slash, and Weyburn will go back on the power play for the 5th time tonight. They're 1 for 4. Weyburn all kinds of weapons as well in the power play. Lucas Schmidt, who's not playing tonight, leads their team with 11 power play goals. But they got Tallis Pierce out there. He's got 5 on the year, as does Josh Sale. Obviously, they'll be the 2 big table setters here.
Flin Flon Bomber penalty to number 37.
But a good chance for the Wings to try and get back. They'll flip it in front of the Bomber net. Puck is bouncing. McNichol at the right point will knock it down. He'll hold it in. Beats it back up front. They score! Nice deflection out front. And redirected in that time by the Weyburn's Rowan Burgess. He gets a lone out front. It's a power play goal. The second one of the night for the Wings, who are now 2 for 5. Burgess gets out front, and Wings do a nice job to keep this puck in here at the blue line. They'll feed it out. Here's the quick chance, and look at that nice redirected by Burgess out front. Park where he needs to be. That's the second time that they've had the guy in the perfect position in front of the Flin Flon net.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and it was a good shot and a good deflection. Perfect goal.
Burgess' 6th of the year.
And a good, they kept that puck in on the power play and did a really nice job there.
And the good thing for Weyburn is there's still 10 minutes to go in this hockey game. So a big goal for them. Burgess on the redirection. It's a 5-2 lead. And again, you take penalties in the offensive zone, Mike, and it doesn't work out your way, does it?
It's very rarely.
Here's Colin Miller back for Flin Flon. They'll flip that in front. That goes off the mask there of Stevens. Holmes on the blue line, a shot. Grabbed here by Arbery. Feeds it back to blue line to Holmes. They'll leave it there for Fashon. Nice pass out front. Morozov kicks it back to Seitz. See if he can answer that Weyburn power play goal. Carmen tying up his guy. Wings move it ahead to McMichael. Here's Martin. Quick pass to Monroe. Good move again by Monroe. Here he comes across the Bomber line. Hangs on another nifty move. Monroe walks in a good chance. And there's another good save by Finn Werner. And I tell you what, Monroe, he gets that puck on his stick, and he can really do a little gypsy doodling, can he?
Yeah, absolutely. For a big guy, he's got the moves.
Media timeout. The Bombers have hit 30 shots in the game, and they've got a 5-2 lead here in the third period. This is Great Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Tackle winter head-on at your workplace with Honda Industrial Power Generators and Snowblowers from RAG 1987 in the box. Save up to $500 on select commercial power generators like the Honda Commercial 6500 GFCI generator with 6,500 watts max and cold climate technology. Be sure to also clear the snow with tools like the Honda 81cm 32-inch track drive ES snowblower from RAG in the Paw. Here to help you make your winter easier and located on 2nd Street West in the Paw. RAG, your exclusive dealer for the certified Honda parts in the Paw.
Oh yeah, great. More of your grungy, old work clothes. Didn't I just wash these like last week? Well, fine then. Bye-bye, Spin Cycle.
If your appliances have more attitude than an angsty teen, then it's time to head to talk to the good people at Creighton Furniture. Maytag offers a wide selection of home appliances when it's time for something without the painful appliance attitude. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, ranges. Maytag works to keep your life as angst-free as possible. Check out the options with Maytag and Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 4.
Already 9:20 to go in the third period. Media timeout. Flin Flon a 5-2 lead. Teams have scored 3 times here in the third. Again, the Bombers, those 2 goals in 8 seconds down, but the Wings come back on the power play. Here comes DK. He's got a power play marker back. Dropped it back to Pearson. He didn't miss by much there. Boy, a good chance again. DK. Beautiful setup. Flin Flon will get a 2-on-1 the other way. Yakimchuk and Breho. Yakimchuk hangs on. Oh, tried to come out front. Played perfectly here by Pierce. Now he sends Moldy in. Moldy overskates and spin fires off the crossbar. Oh, that was close. Right into the tackle. McIntyre comes in and gets a chance, but he just fired it wide. End-to-end action. It's really opened up here. Wings have it again. They try to come back out front. The puck is poked outside the zone. Pierce is there to get it for the Wings. Feeds it back to Martin. Back up the middle. Moldy. He'll dump that one in. Boy, the Wings post away from making it a 2-goal hockey game. They never quit, boy. Like I said, tremendous hockey team, tremendous program, and they're going to be there in the end, I think. Here comes Stinton. He'll pick it up across the Weyburn line. He'll hang on. He gets a chance, and he rips that one. Did Stevens get a piece of that?
I couldn't tell, but I'll tell you, Wyatt Stinton just carried. He's so strong, you know. He just held the defender off and was able to get that shot. It was close. He could have made the save on it. It was very close.
I think he did, actually. I think he got a piece of that. Good save by Stevens. 8:06 to go in the third period. A 5-2 Flin Flon lead. Arbery, Miller, Morozov back to work for the Bombers. Vachon and Holmes on the back end. Miller lining up for the faceoff. They're going to wave Sale out of there. So going in to take the draw will be McNichol. Off the faceoff. Miller down, had the puck underneath him. Puck is picked up, set to the blue line by Monroe. Flin Flon will hold it in. Miller stands up Carmen back to that, but he'll still get it free to Monroe. Knocked down by Holmes. Oh, he had a guy open out front. Morozov flips that to the front of the net. That's off the paddle that time of Stevens. Miller digs it free. Sale pokes it ahead. Here comes Monroe for the Wings back to center. Off the boards inside the Flin Flon zone. Miller comes back to get it for Flin Flon. A guy over top of him. That's Sale. Pierce will get to it. He'll dump it in. Weyburn coming hard here. They got to score 3 times. Out of post moments ago. Here's the pass here to Schrader. Back out front. Monroe cuts in, and he'll get that one wide glove side. Boy, I've been impressed with Monroe. What a resurgence for him and Weyburn. Now we got one of the Bombers shake it up. That's Ryder Muka. And he goes down hard. Meanwhile, Pearson's got a chance for Flin Flon. That got blocked. Bodies flying all over.
Muka having a hard time getting off the ice.
So was Vachon. Vachon really struggling to get off the ice here. They're trying to pull him off. I'm not sure. He must have taken that off the ankle. I'm not sure, but he is crawling to get to the bench here. And all kinds of discomfort. A couple Bombers down here. Muka went down first, and then Vachon. Meanwhile, Lalamir's got a chance for Flin Flon. Back out front. Martin can't jam it in. He does have a goal here in the third period. Boy, Vachon in all kinds of pain there. Hopefully he's okay at the Bomber bench.
Muka, too.
Like I said, bodies literally flying everywhere. Puck is flipped back across the Bomber line by Schrader. Bombers combat that. Got to come back to Lalamir. We'll have to keep our eyes here on Vachon on the Bomber bench. He's sitting down over by the coaches. Mounier. One hand on it to poke it up the boards. Good play. Breho, though, can't knock it out. Here's a chance in front of back. Oh, great save by Werner. Highway robbery there on a fantastic opportunity.
That was the best save either end tonight, Rob.
Dallas Pierce alone out front.
Ryder Muka holding his shoulder and leaving the ice.
Not a good sign here, like you said. The Bomber trainer quickly behind him. Vachon, I think, might be okay. But you're right, Muka went down and Vachon right after. I think Vachon might have taken a puck off the ankle.
Yeah, he's still grimacing, but that's what it looked like, didn't it? The way he...
Muka's 16th goal of the season tonight. The Bombers, of course, the injuries have piled up, and hopefully he's okay.
And has had a whale of a game. He came out flying from the get-go. That's a tough... would be another tough loss if it's serious.
We'll have to wait and see what happens in the post-game report tonight. Meanwhile, Moldy will line up for the face-off against Stinton deep inside the Flin Flon zone. The left of the netminder, Finn Werner. One called upon tonight. Wings, I'll tell you what, have had tremendous chances. Martin lets that one rip. That's stop. Puck is loose. The Wings try to jam it in.
But again, look at Finn Werner fight through those bodies in front of the net. I'd love to see a replay on this
If
one.
you're Flin Flon, you can't take your foot off the gas pedal.
Not at all.
I mean, they've had a goal post and they've had a couple. This theoretically could be a tie hockey game right now.
Yeah, and two big injuries here. Looks like
Bouchon's still on the bench.
It looks like he's standing up.
I think he took a puck off the ankle, I think.
That's exactly what it looks like, Rob.
We'll find out. Here's Martin. Back to Carmen, a chance. That got blocked by Mounier. Carmen holds it in again. Boy, how good of a player is he? That one does make its way by him finally, and the Weyburn net is empty. Cody Mates taking a play out of Patrick Waugh's playbook to pull the goalie with 5.5 minutes. Why not? You got nothing to lose. I love it.
What are you talking about? It's a Rob Hart playbook.
Oh, no, Patrick Waugh's the guy that likes to take these goals.
I know.
That was 6 or 7. So Cody Mates has done that. I think he's going to have to put Stevens back in temporarily. The faceoff is going to be in the Weyburn zone. But Stevens was out. He'll go back in here, and I'm assuming if they get the puck back in the Flin Flon zone, he'll get him out again, and why not? 5.5 minutes to go. They've had a lot of good chances here. Been turning it up to pressure the last couple of minutes. Face-off outside the Weyburn blue line. Miller will take the draw here against Romolari. Bombers win the face-off. There's Pierce after it. Try to get it back. The Schrader was in behind the D, but Mounier broke that one up. He'll dump it back in. There's Bird. Back to the goal that time. Pierce gives it away out front, but Flin Flon can't capitalize. Weyburn gets it right back. They'll flip it ahead. And the puck will go deep in the Flin Flon zone. Icing is called. Delayed, and that almost caused a major confrontation between Mounier and the Wings Schrader that you got to make the call quickly on that.
Yeah, that's old school icing right there. They stopped that to stop injuries, but that was very close.
See if Bouchon comes back out on the ice here. 5:08 remaining in the third period.
Sitting down again.
Yep. Face off inside the Weyburn zone. Sight, Riho, Martin up front, Yakupchuk, and Bruce on the back end for this big face off the run of the goaltender. The backup tonight, Nate Stevens, who's done a nice job. 10 wins for him on the year. He's certainly no slouch. Both these teams have really good punches. Both these teams have deep teams, which is why they're doing so well. Martin will knock it down. He spins, and that got blocked in front. Wings will get the blue line held in. Now it's picked up. Partial breakdown. Keller down the wing will bring it in. He's all by himself. The rest of the line was changing as they'll dump that back to the Bomber net. There's Bruce, who made that great play earlier in the period. Had some big moments here in the two games this weekend. Puck flipped back in the Weyburn zone. Carmen waits for it for the Wings. Played it ahead. Monroe has it. 4.5 remaining in the game. Here comes Monroe back across the Bomber line. He'll carry it in deep. Yakupchuk ran into him.
Here comes the goalie again.
Yep, Stevens is out. So they got the empty net once again with 4:19 to go. Play in behind the Flin Flon net. They'll work it free to the point. Carmen gets it back to Martin. Carmen through traffic. Blockered away. Good save by Werner. There's Monroe trying to fight off traffic. Bruce ties up his guy back to the net. Picked up here in the corner by the Wings. They'll work it back to blue line to Carmen waiting for it. Flipped it ahead. Monroe a backhander. Oh, good save by Werner again. That one got redirected out front by Sale. And he and Bruce are pushing and shoving. Another good save by Finn Werner here late in the third period.
Yeah, absolutely. He's played very good. I wonder if they're just going to sit Xavier Bouchon. I think he's okay, but 3:54, 5-2 game.
I want to watch him skate off the ice here at the end of the game and see. But yeah, I don't think he's going to play again tonight. 3:54 to go in the third period. Ryder Nukas left as well in the locker room, favoring his shoulder, like we mentioned. Bombers already with a number of key players not in uniform tonight. Ryder Knutson, Maverick Delisle, Joey Leeson, of course, right you in the suspension after last night. He'll be back for the first game against Kinnersley next Friday. And who knows, maybe a couple other guys. Maybe Lee's will be back. Here's a chance now for Ulmer. Empty net. Slides it out front. He was looking for Lalamiere, but good play by DK to come back and intercept. Broke it up by Ward. Back to Lalamiere. Here's Ulmer, the empty net. Stopped that time by Pierce. Wings working hard right till the end of this game. It remains a 5-2 Flin Flon lead. 3.5 minutes remaining. The Bombers Trying to take advantage of that empty Weyburn net, but the Wings have been able to make a couple saves. Even without the goalie out there. Knocked down again by Stitt. He'll spin and fire. That one goes over top of the net. Picked up by PK. Feeds it back here to Doyle. Flipped ahead. Puck will roll back at the Flin Flon zone. Werner thought he wanted to come out and play it. Grabbed instead back of the goal that time. The Wings will work it to the corner. Picked up here by Ulmer. Ulmer can't clear it out. Flip to the blue line. Doyle for the Wings. A lot of traffic out front. He scores!
How can he not with all those players out in front and one guy trying to get him out of there?
5-3, less than 3 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere. This Weyburn team coming on again, Mike Swift.
You know, there's no way Finn Werner could have stopped that. Here it is.
But give Weyburn credit. They're getting a lot of guys in front of the net.
Watch this.
Here's the replay on it.
There's 3.
Yeah, how do you see it?
You don't.
Doyle, nice job through the traffic out front. And the Wings apparently not done yet.
No.
Big goal there by the Weyburn D-man, Doyle. And for him, that's his 6th of the year.
Maybe you and crazy Patrick Waugh know something that nobody else does.
Stevens will go back in there, but you know he's coming out as soon as they get the puck deep. And he'll probably come out now because that's an icing call against the Bombers. Stevens will skate to the bench for the extra attacker. Weyburn going for broke. And again, you take away that goal post and a couple of really good saves by Werner.
Yeah.
Weyburn might actually have the lead right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're coming on. This is an impressive hockey team, boy, I'll tell you that. Same thing as last night. The Bombers able to hang on, and they're kind of hanging on here again for the third tonight. Big face-off at the Flin Flon zone to left of Warner. They need to play a little bit better in front of them. McMichael will take the draw here against Miller. The Weyburn net is empty for the extra attacker. The Bombers had chances at that, too, and have not been able to take advantage. Puck to blue line. Somebody broke a stick here. That's the Wings McNichol. Puck is flipped outside the zone. And Pierce is back to get it just inside the Weyburn zone. They'll feed that over to Martin. Martin has it. Takes a look. Pierce wasn't sure where it was. Now it's tapped inside the Flin Flon zone. Bruce after it. Pinned up back of the goal that time by Sale. Wings converge on it. Boy, they're working their feet, moving every which way. I'll tell you what, they're thinking comeback here. 2 minutes left. They have not given an inch.
Miller doing a heck of a job in there.
Shots are 11-8 Wings here in the third period. And you're right, Miller doing his best. Mounier doing a nice job in there as well, trying to hold up his guy. Wings gets the blue line, though. Picked up by Martin. A chance. There's a shot again. Save made by Werner. Flin Flon will get out. Now there's a chance for the empty net. Arbery racing down the ice. Can he put it in? No, he can. He puts it off the post. Back out front. Borisov reaches in. He fires it off the post as well. Weyburn continues to hang on here. Here's Stitt at center off a stick. He'll flip it in. A minute 24 remaining in this third period. What a end of the game this is. Yakimchuk breaks it up, and he finally scores. All kinds of chances at that empty net. They'll probably finally get one. And here's Yakimchuk, the whale of the game here tonight. That should do it. At the 18:44 mark. Second of the night for Yakimchuk, his 7th of the year. And boy, the Weyburn Red Wings, they certainly made things pretty interesting here in the late in the game.
They did a really good game. 2 really smart plays by 2 really smart players. Wyatt Stinton on the other side just got that puck over the red line, shot it in, not to take the icing. And then Pierce Yakimchuk moved the puck just over the red line and was able to put it in, but to avoid an icing if he missed.
Schrader was trying to get that puck across the Bomber line. I don't think Stevens will be out again tonight. He'll probably play the final minute on the shooting now. With the big goal by Yakimchuk, Flin Flon taking a 6-3 lead. Carmen forced back inside his own zone. Boy, Weyburn really came hard there. Did get that at a couple of goals and had that goal post late like we mentioned. And they get the puck in deep again. There's Holmes after it for Flin Flon. Holmes pinned up along the boards that time by Keller. Sights in there with Yakimchuk. Looks like Michelle will not come back out here to play any more shifts here at the end of the period. Bombers take it free. 2-on-1. Sights and Mark. Mark hangs on. Rips out on target. Stevens got his blocker on that. Wings get the loose puck. Picked up here by Keller at center, but he's held up by Mounier. Puck lays there. Here's Bird. Rips it in off the glass. Back to the Bomber net. Werner, what a game for him. He'll stop it. Left it there. Mounier played it ahead. Bombers shovel that one back for Ulmer. Knocked down the Weyburn blue line by Pierce. He'll flip it ahead, and that's going to do it here tonight. Flin Flon will pick up their 20th straight victory on home ice. And we'll see what happens here. Sean's still favoring that ankle, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Anyway, give the Weyburn Redwings a lot of credit. They were down 5-1, came back, scored a couple of goals, and really pressed her at the end. That's why I say you got to work hard for the entire 60 minutes. You can never count out some of these teams.
No, absolutely. They had a chance to come back, at 5-3. Really, a really enjoyable hockey game tonight, Rob. As we knew it would be. There was a lot of penalties, but not too many in the third. Landon Alexander got the unfortunate contact. That was when they over near in the box there.
Well, the Flin Flon Bombers got something pretty impressive happening on home ice this year. That's now their 20th straight victory to begin the season. And with the victory, will pick up their 33rd win of the year and are up to 68 points. And we'll see what happens with the Battlebirds, the Terriers, the Hawks, all in action tonight. Teams, of course, directly behind them. Weyburn will obviously be pretty interested in how those games are going as well, as they're all battling here for playoff positioning. But a great performance again by Finn Werner, who, by the way, is an 11-1 now on the season after he came up really big, especially in that third period. Flin Flon, the 6-3 victory, once again here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes has 15 years experience in the North, specializing in RT
including the one that's playing 10.
And are also proud supporters of our community. They are so thankful to Flin Flon and the surrounding areas for supporting them all these years. Bailey Homes is always willing to chat with a potential customer to show what they can do for our community. Your trusted builder in the North. Visit bailey-homes.ca.
The famous chicken sandwich only at KFC.
We interrupt this commercial for another commercial. Not only does KFC have the famous chicken sandwich, but now for a limited time, the new Matty Melt Sandwich, featuring a buttermilk marinated triple breaded filet layered with cheese sauce and sweet caramelized onions. Enjoy on its own or in a box meal. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
Only at KFC. So good.
Arctic Beverages and Gatorade Water are supporters of all athletes. Whether you are in competitive sports or a weekend walker, skier, or snowshoer, hydration is key. And with Gatorade Water, you get no sugary or salty taste, and its infused electrolytes will keep you going as you're out walking Fido or practicing for the big game. Gatorade Water, crystal clear, electrolyte ready. Distributed locally by Arctic Beverages. Gotta love it.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league, and they provide you with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
Well, I'll finish here tonight, but Flin Flon finds a way to hold off the Weyburn Redwings once again by a score of 6-3. Wow game. Let's run down the final scoring summary here for Northland Ford tonight. Flin Flon did get on the board again first tonight. Great opening period here, courtesy of the former Humboldt Bronco and Connor Miller. Gets his 20th of the season. Stinton and Fashawn the assist on that one. But Flin Flon up 1-0 early at 7:20. They make it 2-0. Ryder Muko unfortunately left the game late in the third. What appeared to be an upper body injury. His 16th from Miller and Lalamere. At 13:21, 2-0 Bombers. At that point, Weyburn would make it 2-1, though, before the period was complete. PK gets his 10th, the power play marker from Pierce Doyle at the 14:04 mark. Alone out front, able to shovel that one in to get the Wings on the board. Jakubchuk, what a game he had. He restored the 2-goal lead. He scored the only goal of the second late, the 19-minute mark. His 16th from Reed Arbery. Looked like the Bombers were on their way. A couple of quick goals, 8 seconds apart in the third period. as Martin would get credit for his 12th from Bruce at the 6:02 mark. Then Alexander gets his 11th from Ulmer and Stitten at 6:10. Looked like the Bombers were in business, but the Wings come back with a couple of goals. It was 5-1 at that point. Weyburn scores a couple quick ones. They're going to give the second goal to Callis Burgess. He'll get his 6th from Pierce and McNichol at 9:43. Then they score at the 17:06 mark. That's Callis Pierce's 6th from Doyle and McNichol. And then Yakubchuk, finally Flin Flon able to put a puck into the empty net. He gets a hold of it, 2nd of the night, 7th of the year. Alexander and Holmes the assists at the 18:44 mark. Shots in the Wings' favor. 12-10 in the third. Weyburn winds up with 28 tonight. Flin Flon winds up with 33. And I got the Bombers finishing up 1 for 4 in the power play. Weyburn finishing up 2 for 5. But again, a lot of great chances by Weyburn late. I think they put a little bit of a scare into Flin Flon.
Yeah, but let's not forget the chances Flin Flon had with those empty nets, and the puck just didn't get the puck luck, as they call it, just bouncing on them and just missing 3 or 4 there in that third period.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of missed opportunities both ways tonight. Of course, we talked about the goal post that Monroe had late in the game. You know, Wyatt Stitten had a goal post earlier as well, and on that 4-minute double minor to begin the period, Flin Flon missed a couple of good opportunities. But, all in all, like you mentioned, Mike, a very good hockey game. Unfortunately, there's some good players for both these teams not in uniform here tonight, but if they do happen to meet in the playoffs, maybe we'll see full lineups both ways.
Yeah, hopefully the Bombers, I know Mike talks about that he's able to rest players, and that's the beauty having this deep team we mentioned, but that Ryder Muke injury didn't looked a little scary. It looked like a shoulder of some sort. We'll have maybe just a bruise. We'll have to see what happens when they examine a little more.
All right, we'll take one last break. We'll come back, our second last break. We'll come back. You got the post-game show words ready to go?
I do.
All right, we'll take another timeout. Come back with the KSC 3-star selection, the warrior of the game, and, of course, get set as well for our Great North post-game report tonight. But all in all, a big night and a big weekend for the Bombers, who have now won 20 straight on home ice. Got to be a new franchise record. We'll have to find out more about that, but 20th home win tonight. 6-3 the final against Weyburn on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Adorable meets affordable at the North of 53 Co-op. Baby gourmet organics are now on sale, along with formula from brand names like Nestle and Good Start. Make sure the little ones stay snug and dry with Huggies wipes and diapers, available in little snugglers and little movers. Plus, the Co-op has the gentle care items needed to keep your little one's skin soft as a baby's. You know, with baby food, infant feeding, and accessories, they got you, baby. At the North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
Your local McDonald's at the Walmart location in Flin Flon wants to wish all their customers a Happy New Year and all the best in 2026. They have some exciting things happening to kick off the new year, including their mailer coupons, which will give you a chance to save money on all your favorite food items right up until February. Starting up later this month, the new $5 McValue meals will be available all day and night, and those will last all year, bringing you all kinds of delicious items to choose from, including the Cheeseburger Deluxe, fries, Junior McChicken, breakfast burrito, and pies. Stop by the restaurant at the Flin Flon Walmart location, 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. That's Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday.
10 seconds.
Drive-through open 7 a.m. to midnight Monday to Thursday, 24 hours Friday, Saturday, and open till 6 on Sunday.
And we're back here at the Whitney Forum. Like I said, we're going to get set for our Great North post-game report here momentarily. But first, we got a few awards to give out here. Mike Slick, what do you like for the KSC 3-star selection here tonight?
As always, this is the hardest job in hockey, I think, is picking the stars during the Flin Flon Bomber game. But I'm going to give the 3rd star to Nathan Lelemire. I thought he played great. He was skating well, very physical. He could have been a warrior, but I'm going to give that 3rd star to Lelemire. 2nd star goes to Pierce Yakubchuk with 2 goals. And not only that, I think he played a solid defensive game as always. And,
nice game both ways for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And Connor Miller is our 1st star tonight. Just just played hard and played good, got the goal, and I thought he played a great game. Warrior of the game, we won't like this because I'm going to give it a tie, but Finn Werner, I thought he had to battle through so many.
He pretty much could have given him a star in the game as well.
He could have had to battle through so many screens and traffic in front of the net, and he was able to do it. He had a great game. And I'm going to give another Warrior of the game to Braden Bruce, who I thought played.
He had a really good weekend.
I didn't see last night, but tonight may be the best game I see Braden Bruce play, and he's played good games. And we said it earlier in the game. You don't hear his name a lot. He's just a good, solid defenseman, and as I say, I think he played his best game as a Flin Flon Bomber that I've seen tonight.
Well, he made a tremendous play in last night's game when he slid across. So like I said, in the second period, it might have prevented a goal, and if he doesn't make that play, they might end up losing last night. So, right. And like you said, he made a tremendous play tonight, on that nice rush to feed Martin to give him that. It stands up as being the game winner, actually. Their fourth goal of the night when Martin scored. Bruce made that tremendous play. And like I said, when he's going in there, you get the sense he's looking like he wants to shoot it, but then he sees Martin tucked over, making his way to the right side, makes a nice pass, able to tap it in. That might be the play of the game.
Yeah, and he made that beautiful open field catch here on the...
That's the play that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob. But
he knocked it down, then got it in tight. Yeah. Like I said, he could have shot, but he hung on.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And just a great game. And a great game by a lot of players. I mean, even on the other side, Monroe, I thought, could have been a star. He played good. The Weyburn goalie, I thought, played good. Carmen, they had a lot of good players too. So again, tough to pick Bomber 3 stars, but that's who I'm going with.
All right, good job. We'll take one last break. Come back with the head coach GM of the Bombers, Mike Reagan, in good spirits here tonight. His team has won their 20th straight game here to start the year. Got to be a franchise record.
Potentially.
It's got to be. It has to be.
Rob Hart says it.
Well, I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure it is. Aaron Morin texted me left, right, and center. Aaron, look up that stat and get back to us on that, or Rob Corney, whoever else is out there. We'll find out here momentarily. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, we'll take one last break, come back with the victorious head coach here, and wrap things up for the Whitney Forum on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
If you're looking for savings on vehicles, then Great North GM in the PAW has a deal on lightweight Silverados and Sierras just for you. Bid your emerald, please. 0% financing for 60 months. That's right, get the amazing deal of 0% financing for 60 months on select lightweight Sierras and Silverados at Great North GM. Visit them, 212 LaRose Avenue in the PAW, to learn more about this incredible offer, because it's always a great day at Great North GM.
Life is a contact sport. Sometimes it hurts, but thanks to Chiropractic on Main, it doesn't have to. Everything about your ankles depends on a good foundation from below. Have your feet work for you, not against you. Get into Chiropractic on Main across the post office today. Don't suffer from agony or defeat any longer. Chiropractic on Main, feel the difference in every step.
The famous chicken sandwich, only at KFC.
We interrupt this commercial for another commercial. Not only does KFC have the famous chicken sandwich, but now for a limited time, the new Matty Melt sandwich, featuring a buttermilk marinated triple breaded filet layered with cheese sauce and sweet caramelized onions.
10 seconds.
Enjoy on its own or in a box meal. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
Only at KFC. So good.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. Mike Reagan, as promised, is here for the Great North post-game report, Mike. And, 20 straight victories now on home ice. They get 6 goals tonight, and as it turned out, you kind of needed a couple extra at the end of the game. Weyburn, it looked like he was in doubt. You're up 5-1, but they fought back to make it 5-3 and made it a little interesting here in the third period.
Yeah, they definitely did, Hardy. But, you would have to really blow that for them to come from behind. I mean, obviously they got a little bit of a push there, and I talked about our discipline. I haven't been happy with our discipline as of late. And we take a penalty that's unnecessary when it's 5-1 in the offensive zone. And, you give them a little bit of life. And, I mean, it probably would only happen once every 1,000 times or something like that, where a team would come back from 4 down with, 4 or 5 minutes left or whatever. But hey, it's possible, And
well, the thing he had going for you though was Finn Warner was strong again.
Yeah, Finner was great. I thought that. We know how good he is, but it's frustrating for him that played so well, and he's sitting there looking at, okay, maybe 1 goal against here tonight, and then, because we take our foot off the gas, it's 2 more goals to his GAA and that, but at the same time, I think our guys battled really hard here tonight.
Well, and again, Mike, you're not a completely healthy team. I know Yakubchuk had a heck of a game here tonight. He's done 100%, but boy, he played great both ends of the ice. He was fantastic. You lost Vachon at the end of the game. Hopefully he's okay. Was it a puck off the ankle, Mike?
I think so, actually. To be honest with you, I forgot about that, Hardy, but he's all smiles in the dressing room right now, so it can't be that bad.
And Muka left. How's he doing?
I didn't see Mooks, to be honest with you. He took an elbow right to the face. And,
okay.
And, these are the frustrating things that get coaches, and we're not the only ones. So, our fans out there, it's not just the Bombers that go through this. But, last night, we get called a 5-minute hit from behind. The kid's fine, plays the rest of the game, plays all tonight. He's a big part of them. Joey Lees gets hit from behind down in Weyburn. We've lost him for now 5 games, I think.
Right,
four games, and nothing. And then tonight, Muka gets elbowed in the head, and no call even. And it's like, what are we doing? How do we miss these? But we'll end up getting a one-handed slash. But you miss that. It's just frustrating, But every coach goes through it. Weyburn probably has 3 or 4 things that they'd like. Probably have the same frustration, and every other team here, that's playing tonight. We are a development league, and officials are developing as well. So, as much as it is frustrating, sometimes we just gotta kind of realize that, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, and I guess, and in defense of them, that everything is happening so fast. They see everything in real time. You know what I mean? And I think it's tough. You're trying to watch all the different aspects of this. And these 2 teams in particular can really, really fly.
Yeah, for sure. And in defense of them as well, lots of times I'm watching my own guys. I'm watching my own team. I'm not really watching 2 teams. They have to watch 2 teams. And but in saying that, that's the puck's right there. Muka gets elbowed to the face. No call. And I hope he's okay. I gotta check in with him here. So just right away we bang 2 guys get hurt. I know they had a couple guys that got hurt tonight. Schmid hardly played. I don't remember.
I don't think he played at all.
I don't remember seeing him out there, to be honest with you. So and there's a few guys that I think got banged up for them too, and that's what's going to happen when you have two teams of this caliber and this speed.
Good news is you got Ward back, you got Alexander. Alexander looked like the Alexander of old, flying down the ice, making things happen, gets a goal tonight.
Yeah, he gives us so much energy, and guys feed off that, and that's why having him in the lineup is so important. Him and Yui, it's not always about the points, it's about the energy that they bring, the physicality, and guys on the other team know when they're out there. So, there's a lot that they bring to the table besides on the score sheet.
All in all, Mike, you got to be happy. It's another 4-point weekend against a very good Weyburn team, who, of course, is fighting for positioning as well, and you get the job done. A little bit tougher last night with the shootout, but again tonight, you're able to pick up the 6-3 victory, and like I said, 20 straight home wins. I know it's just the regular season, Mike, but it's a great accomplishment.
For sure it is, Hardy. You can't go through a whole regular season without setting goals and setting some, standards for the guys and stuff like that, and we would have never guessed that we'd be in this position right now, and it is impressive. I don't remember ever a team going this deep into the...
I don't.
Like Royal Bank Cup year, did they? I don't know.
They didn't have 20 wins in a row at home like that. I think the record for home losses is 4. And that happened in 92-93, and I believe the Royal Bank Cup team only had 4 home losses as well. That's the least amount of losses for this team in a season. That I do know.
Yeah. So.
But how long the streak went on, I'm pretty sure this is it.
Well, I know that. We talk to the guys about little things like this because we want to keep them motivated, and we know that target just gets bigger and bigger. Now it's going to be Melville coming in here, and Melville's going to be saying, I know what Doug Johnson's going to be saying, and that sort of thing. So
it's a great motivation for sure for the team that comes in.
Oh, 100%. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you'd be crazy not to say anything about it, you know? So, I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of the season that we've had. I think that nobody thought we'd be in this position at the beginning of the year. And myself included, Hardy. I'm not going to lie. We knew we were going to have a good team, but we didn't know how our 17-year-olds were going to turn into 18-year-olds and how well they do. We didn't know how our 18-year-olds would do as 19-year-olds. You never know how they're going to come back. And John and I talked about this lots throughout the off-season is we're going to have scoring from, 10, 15 guys with 10 or more goals, and you look at our lineup.
I think you got 12 guys in double figures in goals on this team.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I love it. And this team's so much fun to coach. They work so hard, and they're sponges. We made an adjustment on the power play here tonight a little bit. Put Millsy in on the first unit and switch that up, and then also our breakout. I thought our breakout was a lot cleaner tonight than it was last night. We had some great looks there, like our power play, that 4-minute power play.
I know, some really good chances.
I don't know. I said to Mooks, I said, how did that not go in? And he goes, I have no idea how it didn't go in. And then right after that, Marty, the next unit, we probably should have had 3 or 4 power play goals on that look there. So, I thought our power play moved the puck around way better here tonight and looked way more dangerous.
Before you go, Mike, let's look ahead to the Kindersley Clippers. You're going to see them next weekend. They lose in a shootout. They blew a 4-1 lead tonight. Melfort came back and beat them. Anyway, they're obviously that could be a first-round playoff preview. Desperate hockey team, and when we talk about Weyburn, these upper echelon teams, but the teams that are fighting for the playoffs might even be more dangerous at this time of the year. Obviously, that's a desperate hockey team you're going to see next weekend.
100%, Hardy. At this time of year, you can't take anybody lightly. I mean, you take a look at, I don't know what, Warman and Battleford were tied 5-5 when I looked, and then Nipawin and LaRange were real tight as well when I looked. So
Nipawin hung on to win 5-4, and Battleford won in a shootout.
They did, So,
and Humboldt beat Estevan. Estevan's really starting to slide now, too, so it's getting interesting.
Ever since they came up to the Whitney.
That's 6 straight losses now.
7, I think, actually.
Okay. Anyway, a lot of desperate teams on the menu here.
Yeah, for sure, Hardy. So, I mean, it's crunch time for a lot of teams here right now, and so it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out.
Quickly, I just saw Kyle Marston walk by. What's the prognosis for him getting in the lineup?
He won't get in until at least March.
Okay.
He has a doctor's appointment. He has right now he's just out on the ice, just kind of getting his legs going a little bit, and he's been we've got a program that he's on, and he has a doctor's appointment in March that he's got to go to, and then they'll give him kind of a timeline on when he'll be back in the lineup. We're hoping that he gets at least 2 games in the regular season. We'll go from there.
Quickly, who wins the Super Bowl tomorrow? Are you going to be watching?
Of course I am. I got to place a bet, Who
are you picking?
I don't know. When I went to school out in Connecticut, I was a New England Patriots fan because I was out there, and you had to be, or else it was kind of par for the course out there. But Seattle's got a good team too. I'm going to go. My heart tells me New England. My brain tells me Seattle.
Seattle's had a great team. Mike Slip has said he will not watch another NFL game till Cleveland makes the playoffs.
That's not true. Well, you're going to wait.
He's going to be waiting a long time.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a good game, though.
It will be. Mike, congratulations. Great weekend, and look forward to, of course, the 2 games in Kindersley coming up on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, thanks, Hardy.
All right, Mike Reagan, the head coach, Jim. Quickly, we'll bring in Mike Slip to close things down here today. And a big victory here, obviously, for Flin Flon this weekend. Mike hung on for the shootout victory last night, and, of course, a 6-3 victory here tonight, getting it done. And it's going to be really interesting. Like I said, you got Kindersley next weekend. You got Melville the weekend after that. Teams desperate to make the playoffs. Of course, they got the home and home with Melfort still to come. They're getting back in the picture. It's going to be really interesting. All these desperate teams are going to have to face here at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Every year.
Hey, Gary, bud. Good to see you.
Every year we do this, Rob. It seems like this is the case, that any of these teams can win at any time. But we talk about that great home record of the Flin Flon Bombers, and it is great. But 7 out of 8 points on the road on that tough.
With a lot of guys out.
And a long road trip. That was something. And so this is just a good hockey team. Let's hope they can keep it going. Let's hope those injuries don't pile up anymore. And they're just fun to watch. Great goaltending, great defense, great forwards. It's just an all-good, rounded hockey team.
And a big victory here tonight. The Bombers, once again, like we said, double up on the Weyburn Redwings by a score of 6-3, and will improve their overall record to 33-9-1-1 and an impressive 20-0 at the Whitney Forum. Quickly, the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard. Again, we've run through most of the scores. We'll update them one more time. Humboldt, a big win. They beat Estevan 3-2. That's 7 straight losses for the Bruins. Boy, they might find themselves out of the playoffs here with the way these other teams are coming on. Battleford needed a shootout, but they got the job done against Warman, beat them 6-5. Nipawin holds off LaRange 5-4. Melfort, like we said, the big come-from-behind victory, beat Kindersley in the shootout 5-4, and Yorkton needing overtime. They beat Melville 4-3 tonight. So, again, that's going to pretty much do it for our broadcast. Big thanks to Mike Slip for jumping back in. I guess we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time when Melville's here.
You bet.
Big thanks to Mike as well, to Cody Mapes and Mike Reagan, the head coaches, of course, for the respective teams, for their comments before and after the game. I want to thank Charlie Tritt, the college-bound Charlie Tritt, for joining us for the Creighton Pizza player profile in the opening intermission. And, of course, Dylan Fiesel, the terrific play-by-play man of the Weyburn Redwings. Great to get his insight as well in the second intermission. Ray, our operator, back at CFER, and, of course, the two men manning the booth here for Flow TV, Matt and Adam. Outstanding job with those
replays.
Those replays. It's incredible how they get them up there so quickly. And, of course, great job last night.
The replays are a game changer for us, really, Rob, aren't they? I mean,
well, yeah, because we missed. Well,
you can't see everything in that tip in. We weren't sure if it went off a bomber and the boys did such a great job getting that sort of isolations. We don't have a camera over the net, but they slowed it down, and we were able to see that it went off a Weyburn Red Wing.
Job second to none. Great job, and, of course, did a great job last night as well. When we had some technical difficulties of flow, they found a way to still get the game stream. So great job by those two guys again here tonight, and, of course, right throughout the season. So, again, the final score, the Bombers win 6-3. Our next broadcast on radio next weekend from the West Central Events Center in Kindersley. We'll have both games beginning Friday and Saturday. The pregame both nights for Great North at 7:10. And, of course, drop of the puck for Creighton Furniture at 7:30. Looking forward to making the return to Kindersley. And, like I said, who knows, maybe a first-round playoff preview. You never know. Kindersley is one of those teams, of course, vying for one of the final playoff spots. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to another edition of Flin Flon Bomber Hockey here on 102.9 CFER, FlinFlonOnline.com. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the Super Bowl, and good night from the Whitney Forum.